Are we going on?
Hello, everyone. Yes, we are definitely on. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of season 2. Yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. So awesome to have you guys here. We're going to be starting off in a bit. I don't know. I don't think I have any announcements, but if you're watching, thank you so much. This is your first time watching. Welcome. If this is not your first time watching, welcome back. And let's just kick things off with an introduction, starting off with Mr. Michael Powell. Tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell. And yeah, you can usually find me on my social media, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And I play the fabulous Rufa. And yeah, who is a human investigator. Pronouns, he, him, they, them.
Heck yeah. Next up, Sidney Rubino. Please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
And Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, hello there. I am Sam, and I play Ichipokton Papaqui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita, and our pronouns are she, her.
Next up, Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kai, or I go by Kylie. Whoa, that was reverse. I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. Clearly, I can't even get it right. I play Shionavis, the Elven Ranger. We both go by she, her.
Excellent. Well, my name is PJ. I am the GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions here on Twitch/Nat 20 Productions Official. Normally, I would give a recap. I'm not going to recap all 64 episodes of Season 1. If you want to go check that out, I mean, I could, but we'd be here for a while. So if you want to check out all 64 episodes of Season 1, go to our YouTube. That's youtube.com/Nat20prods, like short for production, and you can catch up on the entire season. And also, thank you so much for the hype train. It's so excited to be back. Really excited to see where the story goes, and we're going to get there together. And just to kind of give you a sense of what has happened. Since the great day of victory, when the castle in the sky was thrown into the water and peace across the world was declared, it has been 6 months since that downtime. 6 months of the world rejoicing together, and 6 months of 5 heroes having a vacation. All the nations of the world got together and decided, they saved the world. They've earned some time off. And we're going to come back into the fold, because a hero can never truly rest until the end of their story. So we're going to kind of give you an idea of what happened those 6 months time period, and then go from there. And we're going to start with Sam. Sam, we're going to do a quick role play scene, but I want you to set the stage and tell me the tale of what Ichi is doing in that 6 month time period before this moment.
So, with all that had gone on, all the fighting, Ichi decided it was time to get back to her roots. And what that means for her was spending some time in the diva energy. So she went to a resort, and she spent some time tanning. She spent some time drinking some, the cocktails, all that good stuff. When she's bored, she will play like beach volleyball, but nobody could really nobody's good enough. So it was she's just spiking that volleyball, and it's very disappointing because no one could kind of stand there up against her. She got pretty bored of that, to be honest. So she headed over to PJ. Where is the is it New Jack City? That's the Vegas equivalent.
No, but there is actually a little kind of continent island nation just off the coast of Al Safar, just off the water, where kind of 3 traveler societies banded together to make one kind of resort nation. Living there now, not living there, but staying there now, any anything you wish to have, any party want to be thrown, any drink you wish to have made, any form of entertainment is yours in this ultraplex of entertainment and resorts. So I guess the question is, are you going alone, or are you bringing a few friends from Osmocon with you on this excursion?
I think she invited Chanti, and she invited Pangolina, if Pangolina is so available, aside from her duties as champion, for like girls trip.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to put a quick 5 minutes on the clock, and we're just going to have a quick role play to show, kind of give a taste of what you're experiencing, and then kind of let you know what's about to happen next for your life. So as the sun is coasting over the crystal blue waters, the lights just dancing like diamonds on creating this dappled tableau. You kind of feel this cool breeze. Chanti is with you, and she is quite into her cups and having a great time. Pangolina is still a child, and as such is
Orange
not drinking
juice.
alcohol. She's having orange juice.
With like the pineapple coconut with cream on top in a coconut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is quite sugar buzzed, and she's like, ugh, my tummy hurts. My brain's on fire.
Oh, go do laps.
Okay, training. I'm going to take this chair with me. And this like 12 to 15-year-old dwarven lucha warrior of South Asmocon puts this on her back and just starts doing laps around the beach.
Beautiful.
Shanti, quite drunk, looks at you and she goes, hey, girl, when are we going to tag team? I never got to fight like alongside you. We need to I got this great tag move we can do.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you had some time on your own to feel like you had your own thing going. There's so long that I made you a part of my thing. I didn't want to assume that you're gonna be, you wanted to work together or anything. So, if you want, if you like,
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, I did my own thing, and I like it too. And you know what? Just because we're tagging together doesn't mean we can't wrestle apart. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, not that you aren't like really strong and really good at what you do, but I see a lot of danger outside of the ring, and I wouldn't want to pull you into any of that, unless you wanted to get pulled into that. I don't know. Maybe you like danger. Maybe that's makes you feel alive. I don't let me stop you from feeling dangerous.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I haven't been outside of Osmocon since you took me on this trip, and quite frankly, a girl could get used to this.
A lot of it's awful. A lot of it's not like this at all.
That's disappointing to hear. What was the worst thing you ran into?
Well, one time our cleric had to use a tiny door to go inside the head of a large man and give him therapy from the inside out. And there's nothing I could smash to help, and it was really difficult.
I'm sure you could have smashed an answer. And then, yeah, no, I don't. That's crazy. A door into a. How big was the head that the door went into?
Like forehead size.
Girl, I'm just gonna stick with the ring. That makes sense. I don't know what the hell you're saying.
I know, me either.
And as you're just kind of enjoying the sunrise or the sunset, a gentleman in a very nice uniform from the resort walks up and he says, "Excuse me, I have a letter for Ichi. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your last name, but I believe this is for you, correct?"
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm on vacation, so I don't read right now. Is that not a service you offer?
They immediately kind of stand up straight. No, I'd be more than happy to read it for you. Yeah, would you like me to? Yes, we will read Madam's letter. And they take a little knife and open it and they pull it out. Do you want me to read it now?
I mean, would you want to read it later?
I didn't know if you wish to read it in private.
Is it a private letter?
I have not looked at it yet. I wish to respect your privacy. This is not my mail.
Anything anyone says to me, they can say to Shanti. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I'd like to state out loud for the record, I am committing a felony technically by reading someone else's mail, but here we go. And the service person starts to read, Dear La Pacifica Dorita, to that spicy little woman who's helped the world become a little safer.
Okay, maybe I should read the letter. Actually, thank you so much. Just gonna hand him a tip.
Oh, thank you. He takes a tip and he bows and says, "Thank you very graciously for your tip." And then he's gone, like just a thought that long forgotten vanished.
Whew. Yeah, I'm just gonna read this over here. I'll be right back. Get another, and she yells to the guy that's like running away. Another pina colada for the lady. Oh, okay. And she's gonna go off to the side and read it.
All right. So the letter continues with kind of this flirty tone, talking about your strength and your abilities. And when you get to the meat of the letter, it says, I have not forgotten my promise to you or anyone else within these wonderful heroes that helped me help you save the world. And I don't believe anyone has truly taken the time to honor you yet. That being said, I've pulled every string possible to make sure that there is going to be a raucous party in all of your honor. And when all is said and done, as I am a man of my word, you can take me to the Platinum Hammer. So please, without further ado, you have 1 week's time to go to Agrippa upon Aubert. Now, I may be a lecherous fool, but I do know how to get down. Hope to see you there. You won't regret it. That's a promise. Signed, Tobias Raphaelis, House Raphaelis, Grand Hospitalier of the Platinum Hammer.
She finishes reading the letter, and she's like, well, if we're going to get as turned as I expect we will, I assume I will regret it. And she folds it up and goes back over to Shanti and says, party invitation. Yeah, he was just joking at the beginning. The waiter was like, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I totally thought he was giving you bad remise. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can do better, but I mean, come on your holiday, you're gonna you do better.
No, yeah. Anyway, you want to go to a party in like a week?
Oh my God, I'd love to. Where are we going? What are we doing? What am I wearing? What are we doing?
You can wear whatever you want. But yeah, Agrippa upon a bear. It's not as good as this place, honestly. Like that guy was just gonna read my letter for me. They don't do that over there, but you know, it'll be fine. We'll deal somehow.
Okay. Can we do a shopping thing before we go? I've never been to a grippy apron bear. I don't know what that is, but let me go shopping first. I think there's some things I want to do.
I've never wanted to do anything more in my life.
Awesome. Let me have my 11th pina colada, and then we wake up tomorrow, we'll go.
Beautiful. It's a plan. Awesome. And then I look out into the sunset to see how many laps Pangolina has been doing.
As she comes running, just jogging by, the chair is now strapped to her back with seaweed, and she's like, lap 4! Around the island, she's just going like the Flash.
You're doing great, honey. She's like making tick marks on how many laps she's got.
But with the sun slowly setting across the coast, we are going to cut over to the sun-drenched paradise, the oasis of Nubia in the Elven Citadel. Now, since there are 2 players here in this scene, I'm going to maybe do a 10-minute-er. We'll see what happens. Maybe, I don't know. Do you want to share the 10-minute scene, or do you want to have 2 5-minute scenes, respectfully?
I'm okay with sharing it.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a quick catch up for the audience. Where is Alona and Shionibus right now?
Shionibus took me with her. Shionibus took me with her to the not the red waste, to Nubia. You can see the red waste from Nubia. It's very scary. Yeah. Alona has been with Shionibus, and Shionibus has been like showing Alona like the libraries and introducing her to really cool people. And Alona's been like learning a bunch of stuff and training and getting stronger, probably, hopefully. And yeah, she's been doing a lot of reading. With Shionibus in Nubia. It's been great. She's just so happy to be here.
Kylie, would you like to go in a bit more detail about what Shionibus has been doing this time?
Yeah. So she's really just been catching up on not only court gossip, but as well as council meetings, and kind of catching up on her many years away from home, hanging out with Alona, just getting acclimated with not only her people, but her family, and worrying about her current situation with the possibility of losing both her eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, so we are now going to Nubia. Over the 6-month time period, eventually Asimra kind of knocks on your door, and he looks very confused, and he goes, "So I've been talking to your friend quite a lot, and I understand you're busy, but I also know that court closes when the sun goes down. I would like to reconnect with the woman that I dated 200 years ago. And if you have the time, I can have the chefs whip us up something, and we can just find a nice little place out in the oasis and just kind of catch up, because you've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. And a very smart half elf told me that we should kind of see who we are now."
Yes, that sounds lovely. Also, whatever she says to you, I am so sorry. She's learning how to socialize.
It's quite all right. She reminds me of some of the amazing qualities of the humans that live just down the river from us. And then you see him kind of look from like the doorway frame down the hallway and go, "Yeah, she said yes," to someone. And he turns back and he goes, "Sorry, I had my emotional support half elf down the hallway just in case
I'm
you
gonna
said
push
no."
past him and walk towards Alona.
Hi.
Hi.
I hope your night's going good.
Yeah, emotional half elf, yeah?
I've been reading a lot of books on therapy.
I thought I hit all those books when I was younger.
That's a horrible sign.
No, my aunt was like going through a phase and it was just not good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I miss you a lot, but I hope that your night's going super good. And if you ever require my services as an emotional support half elf, I'm always here. Always.
So have you just been snooping? Is that what I hear? I give you full access to my home and you've been snooping? Really? Then what are you doing around this corner while you're listening in on a conversation? What would you call that?
Tactful engagement.
She's gonna turn back to Asamara. You taught her that, because that's something you would say.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We've been workshopping aspects of this conversation during downtime from military drills and reintegration tactics.
Learning so much.
Yeah.
Great. It's a good time.
Did, like a whip, this one. Very smart. We discovered a a lot of very interesting writing. It's about the red wastes. It's in elven culture. And
Mhm.
how's Auntie doing? Does she want to go with us to have dinner together? No, I'm floundering here.
Sundown. I'll meet you at sundown. Won't be
Okay.
anyone else.
Okay.
Looks at Alona. Just us.
I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand boundaries.
Wow, I would be disappointed if you didn't.
Me too.
So as the day progresses, you get a sort of message handed to you by someone representing, your auntie and your uncle, to the highest members of your court, and it basically sums up and says, don't worry about negotiations with Tezuku. We are personally handling that. Please keep to your studies and be prepared. And you kind of get this feeling your aunt is absolutely freezing you out of this entire process.
I'm going to write a quick letter note, just like a quick scroll. Was that letter that I got for tonight?
Oh, the one that your aunt sent you was sent to you tonight. It's not in any relation for after
Okay.
sundown.
Okay, cool. It's gonna say, I understand and appreciate you offering for me to have a free night off, but I would be greatly appreciated if I would be involved, for this will be my kingdom at some point.
All right. So, as you send the letter off, you kind of get this feeling that when your aunt gets it, she's probably going to sit on it all night. She's going to get it, kind of put it down, have some wine, and just kind of go, yeah, that's okay. I'll do this in the morning. But sun goes down. Awesome Ra kind of comes back. His warrior regalia and head cover is gone. He's got some of the eye makeup and the traditional in the traditional Ra style, and he's got this kind of like wicker basket that's just filled with food and spices and things. And he goes, and there's a blanket at the bottom. So, my princess, can I have the honor?
Don't you know I hate when you do that.
Would you prefer I call you something else?
Let's just go. Let's just go.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna go. And he offers like the crook arm, like, may I take you by your arm kind of shenanigan. And he's like,
She'll take his arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He plays it off like this ain't no big deal, but you can feel his heart beating his chest as his face is stone cold. So you guys are going out to this beautiful kind of oasis dune that just surrounded by some water that the elven magic has made kind of work in a cycle, this perpetual like Mobius of water. So it's always like light refracting and the sound of trickling water. It's always fresh, and you can see kind of the moon as it's just high in the sky. Nothing blocking it from view. Out of curiosity, Sidney, is Alona gonna sneak in after them, or is she gonna stay and do her own thing?
She got a direct order to not snoop. Therefore, she will do no snooping of any sort.
So what are you gonna do on this night? What's your plan?
Great question. Honestly, I think Ilona does what she'll do most nights. She'll just pick a random book from the library that she hasn't yet, and just start reading. I think she's at this point really delving heavily into like the Red Waste history.
Okay.
So anything on that, like definitely like delving into devil stuff.
Okay. Well, I know I sent you some documents before a game. If you want to refer to any of those, you can. If you want to read a new one, I just have one right now. I can inform you about.
I want a new one.
All right. So as you're looking through, you find this one book. It's very, very, very thin, almost like It's so small that looking through the bindings, you just completely miss it. And this one night, it stands out to you, and you pull it out, and it says and it's titled "The Blood We've Shed, Those Lost to the Red Wastes." And as you open it up, it's a detailed account of not only like the mythology that humans have spun from these great warriors of the Tree of Life, these children of the gods that have gone to fight demons, but also kind of the non-fictional basis for time served and death in the fields. You see a bunch of old warriors, male and masculine and feminine presenting warriors both. And then you see towards the back Asam Ra's name. You see the legend of Asam Ra, and then the actual account of the day he died.
Ooh. 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 Okay.
Skimming through it, the one thing that you find in big letters that is very interesting is it says blood was found, personal items was found, no body was found.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
And now we cut back to the date in question. So Asam Ra is sitting down. He has gone, puts down the blanket, opens up the picnic basket, puts out the food, the wine, the whole bit. And he just looks back to Shionibus and goes, so how have you been for the past 200 years?
I feel like that's kind of a loaded question. Like, I've been here, I've been there, I've been traveling quite frequently, but just hanging in there, I guess.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
I'd ask you the same, but I kind of am hesitant, I guess.
Because you don't want to hear it, or you don't want to know what it's like down there?
Maybe a little bit of both.
I mean, I'm not there now, and I'm happy to share if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I would.
Do you know why I always kind of called you Danger back then?
Because I constantly got in trouble with everyone in court.
That was the first reason why I called you that. But when we were together, and I know that was a secret, it's because not having you around was more terrifying than any other demon's presence in my life I've ever faced. I felt for you in a way that scared me because it was so true and it was so real. And when you go to the hells, they remind you of that very, very pointedly. I was climbing a wall with this Svigar man. Looks just like that one guy I saw when we were fighting everyone, the blonde one, the angry one. He looks just like him, but without the ears. Him and a few other people trapped in hell. We said we weren't going to take it. We literally started climbing. And every time you get to a new part, there's something that reminds you of something that you hate about yourself or your pain, but it's different. The first place I landed in was very cold, and there's only 2 people there, and they were fighting. I mean, bloody fighting daily. And I reminded how alone I was with these 2 men fighting for all eternity. And I found a woman mourning a man that she loved and the children she couldn't have anymore, but the power that she held in her hand. And I remembered you and how powerful you are, how much you weren't there anymore. And that just made me keep climbing. So you're my danger. I'd rather have you around than not.
On that note, what happened? Why were you even down there? You shouldn't have even been there.
I don't remember. I was stabbed in my chest. I hurt. There was an unusual burning, like poison. My body rejected the poison, and I fell over. And as everything was starting to leave me, I saw a red man with a hand extended over to me, and I thought it was Set. I don't remember doing anything, but they just said something. They just said my name. I woke up. I woke up in the nine hells.
Have you spoken with Ross since?
I've tried praying on occasion, as my oath demanded. It feels empty. I feel warmth, but I don't feel presence. Like when you stick your hand in an oven, it's just dry heat, but you don't feel, like when you're with the sun, you can feel the light on your back, but you put your hand in the oven, it's just heat. That's all I feel.
I wish I could give you more answers. I do. I don't.
Hey, listen, if I can call you my danger one more time, I don't need answers. I'm here with the most beautiful thing under the moon. And I am just so willing to have a second chance if you'll give it to me. Slowly, surely. I have immortality. I don't care how long it takes. I just want to spend it with you.
I feel like I am way more trouble than what it's worth. But if you want to stick around, I mean, I won't stop you.
Okay. Well, he picks up a thing of wine and kind of has a cheeky grin. All right, Danger. I'll see you when we're done with 1,000,001 more dates. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Now, we cut back to Sidney really fast as one of the servants looks confused with a piece of paper, flicks it to make sure it's durable. Madam has a letter. It's not from the court.
I'll take it.
It's all right. So, while you're on your date and you're talking and answering questions about your life, a servant actually walks up to you, hands you the letter, bows, and leaves. Alona, reading books, has one of the servants slides a letter across the table to her.
I'll read it. Not out loud, but I'll read it.
Yeah, because your letter says, basically it opens up like, hello, you beautiful, sexy thing. I hope you're running somewhere very fast with those tremendous legs of yours. Listen, you, me, those other friends, lots of booze, major party. Don't say no. Really, please don't say no. That would be very embarrassing. I have a lot of alcohol purchased. Agrippa upon a bear. Remember when we talked that one time? Please, in 1 week's time, come see me. I'll see you. It'll be awesome. And then down below it says, even in letters, I'm kind of putting on airs, but like seriously, Shonibus, it would mean the world to me to see you. Signed, Tobias Raphaelis of House Raphaelis, Grand Hospitalier of the Platinum Hammer.
I'll fold it back up and then like put it in my dress somewhere. Because I assume it has pockets because I am royalty.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Ilona, do you open up your letter too?
Oh, heck yeah.
You open the letter and it says, Dear Bookworm, I hope your cute little nose, is poised between a giant book, your eyeballs straining under those words. It was so cute how they would cross sometimes you got so mad. Yes, it's me. You're welcome. I hope I can see you in a week's time for a kick-ass party that I'm going to throw an Agrippa upon Aubert. Listen, I've only seen you drunk once, and it was hilarious. Prepare to get wasted. Loves. Signed, Tobias Raphaelis. of the House Raphaelis, Grand Hospitalia of the Platinum Hammer.
Alona reads it and she's like, cross-eyed. And then she takes it and she says, no. She starts writing a letter to Morel. Hey, Morel, I know I sent you one final letter. I remember the last letter I sent you. It was a good letter, but this letter I have a really important question. Do my eyes get cross-eyed when I read sometimes? Like, starts
like it arrives and Morel's just like, I mean, it's kind of cute the way I do this sometimes, yeah. Like you're looking at one letter very intently. All right. So I've already talked to Michael in the green room. We have opted to kind of drop this surprise on y'all. So we are going to, with his permission and with his allowance, skip this role play scene. Are you still okay for that, Michael? Or do you want about 5 minutes? Okay.
No, we're good.
So a week's time has passed since Tobias Raphaelis has sent out these missives, these invitations for one and all to have a kicking rager of a party to celebrate the peace of the world and the prevention of World War Orc. Somewhere in Agrippa upon Aubert for this time, a very handsome, steely blue-eyed, blonde-haired paladin of the Platinum Hammer is busy putting everything together. The day of the party arrives, and you're seeing dignitaries, warriors, champions, vets, and survivors of this entire conflict that lasted about 3.5, maybe 4 months. And eventually, each person arrives. Well, you see Alona, and you see Shionibus and Asimra. You see Ichi and Chanti. You see Morel, who seems to be kind of surrounded by this kind of small paramilitary unit of women, one of which, who is taller than him, built just like a brick house with a few scars on her face and kind of jet black hair with a few aging grays, and this smirk on her face, looking down at her brother and just kind of chuckling. And Morel, who's just in, for the first time in his life, not in armor or a basic orange tunic, but some fancy dress clothes, who's like, stop looking at me like that. I haven't had to wear court clothes in like years. I'm very, please. So I would like to take a minute to have everyone, as you come into Agrippa upon Aubert, the 5 little towns connected by rivers and bridges, the music in all over, actually. There's 5 bands playing, one in each of the major cities. There's food, drinks, games, cultural exchanges. You have people trying to do fights, and you have people talking about how at the end of the first day of partying, because Tobias, of course, has planned a full week of partying, I believe it's the Open Circle Theater is going to present their new play for their new season. And I want to say I wrote down the name of this play. Let me check my notes really fast. It's called Of Buns and Badgers. And the two who have been reignited by the patronage of one Rufa and one Ichi have written this masterpiece and are very excited to put on this play. Everyone but Rufa, like, who do you want to talk to? What do you want to do role play wise? You have every option. You can get into a drinking contest. You can get into a fight. You can try to exchange culture with someone else from a different part of the whole world of Edge of Legends. The choice is yours.
Ilona immediately gets everyone together, if they're not already, and goes in for a really big group hug. And starts squealing and jumping around a little bit because she's very excited. And then she pulls herself together, and then she looks at Rufa dead in the eyes, and she said, "Why didn't you respond to any of my letters? I thought you were dead."
Backtrack, Rufa isn't there yet.
Ah, crap. That's right.
So retcon, where is Rufa? Is he dead?
Where's Rufa? Is he dead?
You hear from across the place, I know that shrieking anywhere. And kind of moving through the crowd, you see an already slightly tipsy Tobias Raphaelis. His eyes are bleary and pink. He looks like he's lost a lot of weight, not in a healthy way, but he is drinking like a sailor. And he's like, Hello, welcome. You came, you arrived. This is brilliant. I'm so glad that you came to my swinging soiree. Wonderful to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you too. My guy,
Of course.
can I run a perception check to find out why he's so skinny?
Give me a medicine check.
A medicine check. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't get out my dice. Oh man, it's been a few weeks. Oh, look at my cool dice bag though. It's got hearts on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. I'm gonna use my gay dice. Gay
Hell
dice. Gay
Pray the
dice.
gay to stay.
Gay dice did real
for the gay to
freaking
stay.
good. Real good gay dice did. That's what the heck? And math is hard. Oh
True that.
wow.
That's why I play a game based on algebra, because I'm a sadist. I don't know.
I guess. This I got 32.
32. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you look at him, and even though his energy, his presence, his strength, like he's holding his glass and he's drinking and he's not as drunk as he would be, considering he looks like he hasn't eaten in 3 weeks. Like he looks like he's just malnourished for some reason, but nothing about that would reflect in his energy, attitude, abilities. He still seems pretty sharp, strong, and capable, but he looks like he's been starving for 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, this is when Mom Alona kicks in and she goes, "I'm so excited to be here. So excited. Look at that buffet over there. That buffet looks so good." And she takes Tobias's hand and she goes, "Look, show me all the good food you made. We're gonna eat some."
Of course. I've been on a steady diet of food already. I've already eaten at least 5 beers. But let's continue to look at these amazing things that we have here at this wonderful buffet. We have, do you know what lumpia is? It's right here is what it is, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's terrific.
I read about it in a book.
I
Alona's
did
very-
too. And now I'm getting to eat it with my whole face. It's delicious. Also, we have steaks being cooked. I lay praise these steaks are fresh from the farmlands and they're grilled to perfection.
I'm so excited. Alona's like, "Wow, this looks so delicious." And the next time Tobias opens his mouth, she just shoves a lumpia in there.
There's a bit of a... Madam, please warn me next time. I'm not saying I object, but I need to be ready.
I'm so sorry. I assumed you liked hot meat in your mouth.
Not the first person to assume that. Not sure where I land on that one.
That's fair. Okay. Here. Lona makes him a gigantic plate.
And he just takes it and goes, "Thank you. I'm a little full to uncomfort, but I'll take this. In the meantime, please, Potty, this is for you. We can talk when the week's over."
Right. Yeah. Cool. Alona's going to move back to the group of people that she loves more than life and then watch Tobias eat the food.
He's eating it, and he sees you and he goes, and then starts eating it with like way too much false passion as his form of humor, and then he chuckles and then he walks away.
Good. Okay, well that's nice. Let's see. Oh wow, Ichi, where have you been? I heard that you said that you were going on vacation to a really cool like getaway place.
Yes, it was all inclusive. We had pina coladas, played some volleyball. It went okay. Volleyball went okay. You know.
And
Yeah.
you were holding back, right? Because you were scared you were gonna like punch people in the face with the ball.
No, I wasn't holding back. So yeah, it didn't go well. But other than that, everything else was so good. And you remember Shanti, right?
Hi. Hug.
She, by the way, is wearing this amazing red dress, like kind of like split down the sides, so you see like the leg, and she's got like red comfy shoes that kind of cheat to look like high heels. awesome jewelry that actually like has magic, so like flames are coming out of it. And she's like, "Oh my god!" and hugs you. This big, powerful hug.
That's exciting. Oh, that's wonderful.
So she
Wow.
looks great. Legs for days, legs for days, legs for days, legs for days. And now we're here. We're ready to party. And was that Tobias?
Yeah, it was. It was Tobias. Why?
Oh god, it just looks like maybe he's been partying a little too hard.
Yeah, I gave him a big old
noticed
plate
that
of
too.
food.
Yeah.
But Chio, you noticed that too, right?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
So suddenly there is an unusual noise kind of being made, a sound of confusion as coming from the party, the music kind of dies down a bit, the confusion ramps up. And with that, there's like this kind of parting like the Red Sea, and you see heavily armed guards, military elite with massive swords and heavy armor, and these long shackled chains, like look like they're dragging someone in. Michael, please have Rusa enter the scene.
What?
Rufa is, as PJ said, I guess, being led in chains. He's not wearing his usual finery. He's in kind of tattered prison outfits. His beard is now kind of fully grown in, scraggly. You know, it doesn't look like he has taken a really been able to wash up in a while.
Ilona runs right over there, looks the guards in the face, looks at Rufa and goes, "Is this why you haven't been answering my letters?"
Rufa kind of looks up. He kind of looks like at the moment, kind of a broken, well, I wouldn't say broken, but really kind of definitely a battered person. That who's seen a lot of hardship behind bars, and goes, "Is that you, Lona?"
Oh no. Medicine check on Rufa?
Sure, roll it.
Okay. Nope, not as good. Oh no. I mean, not bad though. Not hella bad. Because medicine check real good for Lona. Because okay, that's a 22.
Michael, what does she see with that medicine check?
Rufa definitely looks like he's kind of been in kind of a harsh environment. You would assume that he would be malnourished and everything, but honestly, he looks honestly health-wise fine. He's just really dirty, and he's kind of walking with kind of a limp, someone who's had shackles on his legs for about 6 months, I guess you could say.
I think Ichi's gonna roll up and just be like, "So, what's going on here? What's all of this? What are you doing?" And she looks to the guards. Who are you? Who are you? What is this?
The guards just kind of stare very sternly. They just kind of like stroke their beards. They turn, they look at Rufa, and they say, "Is the prisoner ready to relinquish his chains now?"
Rufa just kind of slowly nods and just kind of puts his arms up, which are literally manacled together. You know those manacles with a bar in the middle?
Oh.
That kind of. Yeah.
Oh.
One of the guards walks over, like very officially steps up, reaches for the hip, pulls out a huge key ring, gets the right key, gets it in there, twists, hear like a heavy click, and as the bar relinquishes and the clasps open, they take this massive bar off your wrists and they go, "Are you okay? Are your wrists doing good, sir? Do you need anything else before we go?"
Rufa kind of gives kind of a slow nod, but then he reaches into his tattered prison, I guess you could say a jacket or one of those open shirt things, pulls out kind of a little dirty sealed letter and hands it to the guards. Just make sure the warden gets this.
We will. We'll make sure. And by the way, the vizier wanted to let us know when we let you out that he already misses you. I'll make sure the warden and the vizier get this. In the meantime, if we ever catch you in Al-Zalsafar again, we will come down with the heavy arm of the law upon you. And they take the letter, put it away. Everyone, continue your party. Your hero has been freed from incarceration. And they kind of like lean and whisper, "Is that good? Do we need to up the ante a bit?"
Rufa kind of just like looks around, just whispers, "Play it up a little bit more."
Okay. It's like, should we hit you a little bit? Like, what do you want to do?
Not really hit, but maybe a shove. A shove.
Okay. And then they kind of come back and then they say out loud, "And again, let that be a lesson from the cities of cities. If you ever come back," and they grab you on the shoulder and throw you down on your ground, "I will break you like a mule. Everyone else, enjoy your evening." And he kind of spits, but he mock spitting. He doesn't spit on you. He mock spits, and then he walks away. And the guards proceed to leave. They find this really nice boat, and they just leave town. And there's Rufa in prison garb, looking like he has been in a prison. And I'm gonna let him tell that story.
I think Ichi's gonna lean over to Shionibis and whisper, "Do you think this is like a fantasy thing?"
You know, I hope so. I really hope so.
Rufa,
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it? You think he's just I don't even know anymore. Is he? Are we sure he's not like Faye or something?
I feel like we'll never know the answer to that, to be honest.
No, absolutely not.
So hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Rufa kind of gets up. He still has kind of that stooped shoulder and just kind of dusts himself off a little bit. I could really use the facilities if you do not mind. We had a grip upon the bed. Third house to the left with the green roof. The thing, my package should be that. If you don't mind.
Package?
Yes, just my things, Rufus things.
Oh, okay. I'll send somebody. Ichi will just like grab like one of those guards that were on their way out and be like, "Hey, can you go get this?" Just
he looks at the guards
listen,
and they kind of go,
You're but I need you to like just do it because I saw that performance. It was bad. All right. I own a theater. I know what good acting is. You need to work on it. So just go do that and you can come back here, take some classes. I think you might have a future ahead of you.
"Look, I'm just a city guard. I get paid very well to like run all over the city and stop people who I'm not here to be an actor. Look, the guy."
Are you though? You have a script, don't you?
I don't. I wish. No.
Everyone has a script.
Look, me and the rest of the guard, we gotta get back. We gotta make sure everything's okay. And I was also fun. I'll tell. Okay. Hey. Can I just like 10 minutes? Come on, it's for him. Yeah. I mean, come on. All right. Okay. I'm gonna make it quick. And then he just he puts on a serious face and looks at Rufa and he just goes, "I see you, old man. If I ever in my town," and then he runs to your place.
Need some work.
He gets the things that you asked for, Michael, and he hands them to you and he goes, "This is the last time. Next time, it's gonna be boots and kneecaps. That's what I'm giving you." And then he just runs away like in this awkward jog, and all the guards are like, this is why we don't give you FaceTime work. You're a good guard, you're a terrible PR man. She's scary. She saved the whole world. What do you think she's gonna do to my ass? Just get on the boat, idiot. We gotta go back home.
Rufa takes the kind of a bound, like let's say it's a package that's wrapped in like paper with that twine in the middle, that's tied it together. Rufa just nods and goes, so what is this the facilities if I could use it, if Rufa could use it?
A familiar voice chimes in. Well, now last time I saw you all here, things were a wee different now, isn't it? Now, if I recall correctly, you're asking for the facilities and whatnot. I think you all still owe me a story, and I know I owe you a wee pint or two. So how about you come step into the type and pint? We'll make sure that you get yourself all cleaned and freshened, and a nice beverage to wet your whistle.
Rufa just kind of gives a little nod. Yes, and he kind of looks over at Chonimus, Itchy, and Alona. For a second, he has that look of like I said, broken man, been in prison for a while, and then he just gives a little smirk and a wink.
You do recognize the proprietors of the Type and Pint. They look at you and they go, here, I got this letter. I figured, I don't know if you know yet, I figured I'd give it to you as well. And then Tobias, kind of stumbling by, sees the letter. I recognize that John Hancock. Hold on, I got one too. And he pulls out a letter, and sure enough, it's this beautiful script written. And one, it says to the Typing Pint, and the other, it says to Tobias Raphaelis of House Raphaelis, Grand Hospitalier, the Platinum Member. Beautiful script, matching. And he says, I read it, but I really think you all should take a look at it. And the Typing Pint says, right, I don't mind, I already read it, but I think you might get a kick out of it too. Looking at the letters as you take them out, same beautiful penmanship. And they both say different things, but they all have this one thing in common. They are apology letters for their inability to join this party, as Woodward is traveling with Nadir to make sure that the world can heal from the damage that war has caused nature. To the little critters, to the big trees, small blades of grass, each and every one of them. And that one day, he'll come back and play in a game. He'll play in a game of Run Amok. And the beautiful writing says at the very bottom, written in red with love, Nadir, the queen stag of the forest.
Alona is gonna, I know. Alona is personally, if it's okay with everybody, is gonna take the letter, hold it gingerly, and then put it into her bag of holding just for safekeeping. And say to the rest of the group, wow, well, I'm glad that he's doing what he loves. And no matter what happened or happens, I think we all feel we're definitely better people for knowing him, even if he's not with us right now.
God, you make it sound like he's dead.
I mean, he's in the
Literally-
forest, and we don't know where he is. He could
Might
die.
as well
You don't
be,
know.
because I don't want to be in the forest anytime soon. So
If Rufa's still kind of there, kind of holding the package, goes, well, if anything has taught Rufa this, more than likely, his path will cross with ours if fortune favors it. Now, if you will excuse Rufa, and he makes his way to the facilities in the Type and Pint, and we'll just say 10-15 minutes, he comes out dressed back in his finery, purple leopard print, and he kind of does that whole, stretches his back, kind of cracks neck. Yes. That's much better, much better, much better. And kind of stops somebody, one of the attendants or something. If you do not mind, you can find Rufa some aloe vera. Those chains were very nasty.
Oh, sure, yeah. Go get some lotion.
Rufa, this is what I like about you because we have a lot in common. We both know that sometimes all you need is an outfit change and everything's gonna be all right. Yeah.
Oh, very, very true. It is how they say the clothes make the person.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And dress for the job you would like in the future.
So with everyone assembled, I'm just kind of run down the list of just some of the NPCs that are here. Antigone has come back. She is wearing a very handsome tunic and vest and some great pants and these very awesome polished boots. She is there with her wife. I've got the wrong note up here. She's there with her wife, Lindwellen Sagewind, who is the most like ethereal elven woman you've ever met. She has long blonde hair that trails into silver and almost looks like flowers grow in her hair. She always has this soft smile on her face that only seems to grow into a larger than life laugh and smile. She's wearing this beautiful silver white gown that's bound with a leather belt, and you can see she is covered in scars and tattoos from war, and she actually has her shield maiden shield on her back. She has a sword on her hip, and she says, you know, where I'm from, we are always ready for war. And Antigone's like, yeah, that's how I met her. We fought each other to a standstill. And who was it that made the first move? I did. Yeah, you did. And then we went out that night, actually. She bought me a drink, and I've been in love ever since. The B&B is doing great, by the way. Everyone wants to come see, the place where one of the half-orcs that helped save the world has kind of laid down for her time, and it's terrific. And Sagewind's like, yeah, and the flowers are really happy, we work together on the flowers. She is not so great in the garden, but I'm terrible with the drinks and the singing, so we just complete each other. And Antigone's like, babe, you're gonna make me blush. So they're very happy to finally be together with you all. Antigone has not really been able to talk much about her wife, so she is just gushing about how proud she is of her. Hera is there, and it's been quite a while since you've seen the battle princess who has a crush on Tobias. She has a brand new armor. She got the glow up. She has kind of taken lessons from when she was last here with you all. She's got this awesome like warrior hairstyle. It's both feminine and powerful. New makeup that's striking yet easy to put on at any point in the day. She's got this great suit of armor, and she is just surrounded by new mercenary soldiers. And she's like, Antigone gave me the mercenary group, and I've just been kind of running with it and just learning about it and doing what I want to do with it, and I'm really proud. Isn't that right, soldiers? Yes, man. We will die for you. We will make that coin. Okay, we're around friends. You don't have to be, but good job. And you got Morel there, who again is flanked by all these women, and he's just kind of looking at you all, and he's like, "Hello, it's been a while since I've actually get to see you with my own eyes. How are you doing? How are you doing, Ishi, Mr. Rufa, Lady Shonabase, Ilona? How are you all doing?"
I'm going to switch places
you?
with Ilona, so she's closer to Morale. Just casually.
He's just kind of go like, "Oh, hello. Ichi, you were saying something?"
Oh, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And you hear this kind of, sorry. I forgot. Let me introduce you to my sister. And this large woman walking up behind him with like the kind of like silver and gray in the sides of her hair, long black raven hair, the scars, taller than her brother, comes in and goes, nice to meet you. I'm this Lunk's sister. I'm the head of the Daughters of Nineveh. After this whole save the world thing, he decided to come running back to sister, didn't he? Thank you for taking me in. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, cheeky little brother came in to a combat convent full of nothing but women. He didn't think that one through on paper, did he? No, he didn't. Look,
Got his ass kicked, didn't he?
You have no idea how many times they kicked my ass. Yeah, my girls would run drills on him and kick his ass hourly. Isn't that right, brother?
Ilona is going to chime in. And she's going to say, did you just say convent of warrior women? Is that what you just said? Convent of warrior women? Huh?
Morel is, oh yeah, I should introduce, this is my sister Bethrain Wajida Harkisian. She runs the Daughters of Nineveh. They are a convent of well, I guess battle nuns, clerics, women who have dedicated themselves to enlightenment and combat superiority.
Right, you did mention that. You did mention that in your letters. I forgot briefly for a moment. I just got overwhelmed with excitement by seeing you in person. Right. Yes. Hello. It is so nice to meet you, Morel's really badass sister.
She laughs. Pleasure to meet the little lady that he's been writing all his letters to.
Really good pen pal, man.
He is. Between you and me, sometimes he has to ask us for the word he's thinking of. He comes in and he's like, what's the word where it's like this, but it's not? He's adorable when he tries to write. It's like, oh, come on, sister, please. I'm a grown man now. You have to treat me like a little kid everywhere we go.
I've heard that's what happens between siblings quite frequently.
So have you thought about joining the Daughters of Nineveh? We always are happy to have a hero in our midst.
Oh, well, I do admit it is incredibly tempting, especially upon leaving where I'm from and realizing that the world is full of a lot more death and destruction than I imagined. I mean, I should have guessed, to be honest. There's a lot of books about history. I don't know why I assumed that history was stopped when I was alive. But I'll have to think about it. But you're very cool is a word I learned on the streets.
At that point, kind of, you see Rufa he kind of pokes over. Literally, he has like one of those fried shrimps, the shrimp tail, kind of, in his mouth. He's kind of talking with a full mouth and a full plate in front of him. Yes. We must learn the circumstances of history, lest we repeat it. This is very, very good.
Are you choking on lumpia?
Rufus looks over at Ilona and goes, I have a date in about much in 6 months, so with quite the appetite.
Of course.
Oh,
that makes
sure.
so much sense. Yeah, totally. Ilona looks at Morel and she says, Morel, would you like to go for a walk and look at things?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. That sounds great. Let's go for a walk and look at things.
Cool. They're gonna go on a walk and look at things.
But
All right.
Before
Sounds totally normal.
you leave, friend Ilona, then friend Morel, Rufus does have some stuff for everybody. Souvenirs.
Oh,
You brought gifts from prison.
Here's a shiv. Here's a bar of
I
soap.
was gonna say, it's
Here's some
not
wine.
shake,
Don't
I'm
drink
mad.
it.
Yeah,
Well, that's a
honestly,
shiv.
pretty much. Rufa kind of hands Shonobus kind of a small bottle of what looks to be yellow viscous liquid. safe to drink. But probably
Is it?
wait another 2-3 months for to get that thing. And
Wow.
Rufa
She's gonna hand it to Asamara. Like, thanks.
Rufa hands Alona what looks to be some socks, kind of wrapped to get sewn together, like you could wear across your knuckles.
Are these so I don't accidentally kill people, Rufa?
Or to hit them very hard if you ever find yourself in a prison type situation. For
Thank you.
Itchy, he hands her basically it's a stick with what looks to be kind of shoelaces tied on one end and the other end little razor blades for that something perhaps you use in a ring, maybe in a hardcore match.
Is it? I hold it this way.
Yes. And then you just swing it and just let it rake across your opponent. Yes, just like that. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the flick of the wrist. And to Morel, he hands him it's basically 2 socks sewn together, and one end looks to be something very, very heavy. My friend, you probably know how best to utilize this.
I will. With great gratitude, beat many bad guys in the head with this mace.
Exactly.
Oh, it's mace.
Yes,
okay.
exactly. And what is the boy? And Rufa pulls out what looks to be a piece of wood and kind of just a fork, but it's just one sharp prong. What is the body? Rufa has a little give it him as well.
I think if I know who you're referring to, one of the daughters of Nineveh, and I should say, to their own choice and discretion, each of them have a different or lack thereof head wrap they have tucked into their kind of champion's armor. So you have some, and one of them comes in kind of like with this boy, and they're just talking, and you can see Joey is speaking in very remedial Akkadian now. He looks like he might be maybe 5 or 6 years old, still very young, but a little taller, and they're just going over the Akkadian alphabet, and he's laughing, and he looks and goes, "Mr. Rufa."
Yes, little Jody. Rufa has a present, but for now, Rufa will hold on to it. But Rufa will teach you how to use and perhaps one day make your own. It shows little Joey, basically that piece of wood with that one prong fork. We got this a shiv.
No!
Morel kind of leans back. He goes, "Did you just get the boy a prison stabbing utensil?"
A boy has to learn at some point, and as Rufa said, he would hold on to it, but he would teach little Joey just exactly how to best utilize it.
You're doing the shiving motion. He really takes a giant hand and kind of like he quickly but then gently falls through and says, "We are not teaching the boy how to stab people with a prison sheath."
Yeah, he should get a real knife like the rest of us.
True.
Yeah, really. Start with daggers.
Sometimes we are not always able to use a knife, so we must make do. It is called urban foraging.
Alona starts writing a letter back to Woodward saying, "You'll never believe what Rufa got Joey." And she only goes, "Rufa, have you ever heard of P. Hooch?" She just starts writing furiously, and she's really looking at Morel like, "Get that thing away from the child."
And he's just like looking at it going like, "I'm on it." And he takes a shiv and he puts it away, and he's kind of like, to distract Joey from what just happened. He goes, but Joey has been working on his sword play. He's getting really good. Joey, show them what Auntie Beth Rain showed you. And he stands kind of awkwardly, and like when a young child stands and it's all like they don't know how to be adults, it's all performative, and he grabs this like little wooden sword, and he does this most overdrawn, poorly balanced, weirdly uneven sword kata, just simple cuts, but he's got furious passion in his face as he does it. And then he stops and he gets all like lanky and lean as he stands upright, like he's waiting to be told he did well. And meanwhile, Morel is just proud and just clapping for him. He's like, that's what we did. You're getting so good at that every day.
He did so good. He did so good.
That is very cute. Rufus
Yeah.
is clapping. That is very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Shionibus. Alona's gonna stare daggers at Shionibus like.
What? She's gonna clap maybe a little faster.
Good.
Joey just goes, "Thank you, Auntie Chi."
Yay.
She's gonna look at Awesome Ron and be like, that's the child I was telling you about.
Oh, this is.
The demon. Yeah.
I'm not getting any demon vibes from him.
Oh. I was kind of hoping.
Rufo looks over at Joey, goes, but that's once you're old enough, Rufo will instruct you in the art of dance.
He goes, I don't need that. I already know how to dance. And he does that kind of awkward thing where kids kind of jump in place sporadically, arms just kind of in their sides like a chicken. And he is so confident. He is just killing it in his head.
That is very good, Joey. Very, very good.
Thank you. I like dance because it is fun. We dance a lot. Sometimes Auntie Beth plays music and we all dance and sing.
Auntie Beth. Aww. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Can I do another like Arcana check on Joey? Just to see if his energy's still the same.
Go right ahead.
Great. Joey, have you demoned any in the last time we've seen you? Yes or no? Awesome Ross said he didn't get demon vibes, but he's also spent a lot of time with demons, so maybe his radar's off. I don't know. Oh God. 24.
24. All right. Michael, are you saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, can I also say one of my other player goals now is at this point is to teach Joey how to shank someone.
I mean, if you want CVC with 3 players and 2 NPCs, go right ahead. You can have that choice. Just like the mom snapping look on Alone was priceless. So 24, arcane check. He actually seems a little healthier.
Oh, good.
As well as like energy and mental health goes for a 5-year-old boy, he seems extremely well adjusted. You kind of piece it together that you believe having solid and stable influences with Auntie Beth and Morel and all the women of the Daughters of Nineveh kind of taking care of him. That he had more consistent people around and less traveling, all that kind of stuff. But as far as like arcane, nothing sparks any memories or thoughts of like magic or demons or spells. I mean, that weird scar on his forehead is concerning, but it's healed a lot since you last saw him.
That's great. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay. Alona looks at Ichi and Shionibus. She goes, turns out traveling's not that great for kids. Who knew?
That's why I never travel with kids.
Yeah.
Except for when we were traveling with kids. But I don't intend to do it again unless we have to, I guess. But
Seems like he has a stable home environment now. He's learning from a troop of really cool warrior women. I think he's doing great.
Joey does say he misses you a lot and hugs you all around the knee, and he says, I can't wait till our next adventure. I want to go and camp with Uncle Toby and Aunt Hera as they make silly faces at each other.
You are so smart. You should do that. As a matter of fact, let's take you over there now to go talk to them.
Uncle Toby! And he just kind of gives you his hand and he waits very like formally. I was told that I have to wait for a lady to escort me.
All right. They've been teaching you well. Let's go.
And he goes off with you. So we're almost at the time for a break. Now, when we come back, I want to make sure, is there any other people at this party that you want to talk to? Remember, this is going to be a week-long party. So we can always just come back for the more downtime of all the fun and adventures you're going to have on the party that you earned by saving the whole world. But we'll come back in our 5-minute break. We'll be back at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That you told the awesome people on the West Coast or East Coast, it's about 12:30, 1:30, whatever. I don't know math. I just play tabletop RPGs. We'll see you in 5 minutes. See you in 5 minutes. Bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for giving us our 5-minute break. Also want to say a huge thank you to the level 5 hype train. My brain's already thinking what fun thing to throw into this episode as a way of saying thank you. We are going to kick this party off where we left off, starting with Sidney. So Alona and Morel are kind of turning away from the rest of the conversation to have a walk and I guess a talk around Agrippa upon Aubert. Anywhere specifically in Agrippa upon Aubert you want to go or anything you want to do?
Is the Ferris wheel still there or there this time?
It's absolutely up, yeah.
I would love to go on the Ferris wheel again.
Okay. So you go on the Ferris wheel. Morel is kind of laughing and looking at the Ferris wheel and is kind of shaking his head in remembrance, of course, the last time he went up on this Ferris wheel.
Well, I figured that since, Woodward's not with us this time, maybe we can finish it and not have to go save him from being poisoned from a random person.
Yeah. It would be nice. I mean, it was great that Woodward is alive, of course. Yeah. Yeah, let's have round 2 of the Ferris wheel.
Yeah. So the cool thing about Ferris wheels that I've learned is actually nothing. I read nothing about Ferris wheels, but I did read a lot about the Red Waste, and I think I filled you in on some of the stuff that happens. And what have you been up to besides hanging out with your sister?
Well, I any kind of fools around. Well, I've been reading your letters, and he pulls out the last letter you sent him. Because I've been reading your letters, and obviously I've been enjoying those and writing to you. You've been a tremendous pen pal. And I've been catching up with my sister, trying to learn more about Afra, but from Ninevans, they don't really know much about Afra. So I got some skills back. I don't know, I've just kind of been passing the time, really.
Great. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I guess I didn't really talk much to Afra either when I was in Nubia, just because of all the other exciting things that were happening, and they were so cool. And oh, I gotta tell you about this one time that Unibus took me riding, and then I fell off the horse because I've only driven carts before. I've never ridden like a horse before because we don't have, I've never, that wasn't a thing that they taught us back in the temple, and I fell off, and Shionibus was like really worried, and it was like kind of funny to see her like really worried because I've never seen her like super worried a whole lot, and it was very cute. And then Awesome Raw came over, and he was like taking care of me. And what's really funny? Awesome Raw like is so into Shionibus, and he's like really awkward about it. Like our boy's always so awkward around people that they like.
So you don't know how to ride a horse?
Now I do.
You
now
do?
I do.
I
know how to ride a horse so good now.
Oh, good. Because I was going to say, if you didn't, I was raised to ride horses. I could teach you.
Well, I don't know that good.
I mean, it's been a while, but I could totally. There's some great mares. We could go on a ride around a group upon a bear, and I'll just teach you how to ride and gallop, and I know you like a penchant for racing. We could have a race.
We could have a race. I would love that.
Good, good, yes. Well then, we're gonna be here for about a week, so whenever you are ready, let me know.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
You can try.
I learned that from Shionibus.
Oh. Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like Shionibus. You learned well. You had a good teacher.
The best. Super
Ah.
happy about it.
The best in the world. But yeah. So we could do a race. We should make a bet out of it. Whoever wins should do to get a thing.
Like what?
I don't know. You wanted to ride horses. What do you want to do?
Uh um ah oh no. Um, so Shionibus and I were talking about this book.
Oh.
And there were some really interesting things in this book that I didn't understand and that Shionibus did not want to talk about with me at all. And so if I win, you have to teach me what some of the things in the book mean.
Okay. What was the book? Do you remember what it was called?
I don't know, karma something. I think it was about
Karma.
I think it was about wrestling, maybe.
Wrestling karma.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe because I've heard that karma is something that has spiritually, so maybe it's spiritually wrestling. I feel like you do that, right?
Morel just goes, karma, spiritual wrestling. I've been trained in a lot of wrestling techniques, also from my sister. His whole face becomes bright pink under his massive, well-groomed beard. You can still see his cheeks just beaming, and he's like, "Yep, I know that book. I had to study that book when I was a young man. Yes, I will talk to Shionibus about the Karma Wrestling book. Are you sure this? Do you want to have a different talk about a different book? We can. Oh, I know this great book we can talk about without Shionibus. It's about well, it's about war and peace and everything that happens in between.
Oh, it's called War and Peace?
No. It's actually called Peace and War. People always flip it around because peace and war are so clunky.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, I'd love that. Wait, is that what you win when if you beat me, we talk about peace and war?
No. Well, maybe we'll just talk about the book in our own time. If I win, if I, Morel Hakisian, win the horse race, I get. Does it have to be Shionibus related?
No.
No. Okay. Good.
Listen, she's my best friend, but we don't have to do everything together. I just like to most of the time.
Yeah. No. She's a laugh riot. If I win, then I would like to talk about all those things we talked about in letters, but together. Talk more. I haven't seen you or heard your voice in like half a year, and or Ichi or Shionibus or Rufa, and now Woodward is off saving the actual Earth. I miss you all so bloody much, and I would like to just at least catch up with you, one on one. I heard food is good to eat when we do that.
Morel, you don't have to win anything just to hang out with us.
Oh no. Well, it's the only thing I could think of that I wanted.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you what. If I win, we all get to have dinner together, and we all have to watch Shionibis talk about the Karma wrestling book.
I love that idea. That's so great. Oh, she can give us like a lecture.
Oh, please, by Alpha's great petals, give us a lecture, Shionibis.
A Tedison talk.
A Tedison? I haven't been to a Tedison talk since I was a wee lad. Tedison would give the best lectures.
Oh, wow. I'm so excited. This is great.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, then it's settled. And then he kind of turns his giant frame to you and offers a big hand for a handshake. And he goes, it's settled. You and me, riding horses. It's a date in the calendar of when we're going to do this.
Incredible. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Shake hands.
All right. Karma. God damn it. All right. Cutting to Sam, is there any NPC or any activity that you wish to be doing during this amazing party?
I think Ichi is just introducing Shanti to people and then is eating a lot of food. Like I imagine the shrimp cocktail, and maybe she's doing like shots of shrimp cocktail, like they're in little shot glasses, and they're doing, or like sake bombs, but it's shrimp cocktails. And her and Shanti are just kind of like going ham on this. She's trying to get Tobias in on it. Yeah.
Tobias definitely goes in on it. He says, I'm a little full from when friend Ilona decided to shove the whole plate of food in my mouth, but you know what? Shrimp is brilliant. I've been more than happy to go toe for toe with you, little one. Let's go. Rally up those shrimps. The Grand Hospitaller is going to have his fill.
Indeed, let's rally up those shrimps. And she looks at Shanti and she's just like, this guy. I don't know.
Shanti's kind of giving him like the cute eyes, and she's like, he's dumb.
Yeah.
Does everyone in this universe like himbos?
No, but
This is a himbo-centric.
Is it?
A himbo-motivated
Is it
party.
really
No, dude, PJ,
Yeah.
you have a brand and you leaned into it.
Not with Morel. No, Tobias, well, you don't know, well, we'll get to that later. But Tobias definitely God, it makes sense, but I can't tell you right now. Anyway, so Tobias is eating shrimp, and Chanti just kind of goes, whatever. He's too full of himself. And then she starts eating the shrimp as well. Tobias slams down a cocktail shot and looks to you, goes, all right, little lady, pony up. Eat your fill. Let's go. You're next. I'm not going to have you drinking all this alcohol and not having any of the shrimp.
She slams down 2 shrimp cocktails and then just goes bam, bam, one right after the other, and then stacks her cups. She's like, first tower to fall buys the buns.
Okay. Now we're going to do a roll off. We're going to do, since it's about balance, and it's about drive and about power, I want you
We
to
get hungry, we devour.
We
the
get
shrimp.
hungry, we devour the shrimp. I want you to roll for me an acrobatics check to balance the shrimp.
Okay. All right. Ooh, pulling that character sheet up. A little rusty. Acrobatics. Okay. I also forgot I don't know how to do math, so opening the calculator. And that shrimp acrobatics roll is 25.
Nice. So you're stacking them up, and Tobias is doing it. It's not quite good, and he's trying to he's definitely cheating and making sure it stays up. And he looks at you and goes, all right, here's what we're going to do. I am going to get a very large order of shrimp. Double or nothing. This to top off the whole towers, of course. First one fall loses. But what do they lose? What do they win?
Well, buns for a year.
Buns for a year.
You buy me buns for a year when I win.
All right. And if I win,
you mean when you lose?
Oh, you cheeky. Okay, fine then. When I win, every new town we go to, you have to tell them about what a wonderful lover I am.
You're a great lover.
Oh, come on, please. You're a performer. Put some emphasis into that.
A lever.
Lover.
Great for prying things out of holes.
No, I can work with
opening
that.
Locked doors.
No, it's not my brand.
Perfect lever. You should always use the right tool for the job.
No, actually, I can make this work. Yes, we'll go with innuendos. Yes, if I win, you have to say I'm a great lever.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. Doing my job for me, Tobias, you old dog. All right, double or nothing. You start shooting all the shrimp. Here comes the DC is going to be high. You have to beat with your acrobatics check. Hey, let me just get the DC number for you. So you're 5. So you have to beat a 25.
I forgot that my dex went up, so that my bonus is actually 1 point higher. Okay, I have to beat a 25?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we're still gonna add it in the calculator because I don't know how to do math.
It's okay.
27.
27. You beat it. Let's see if Tobias beats it. I have to get his old character sheet up. There we go. Okay. Pass PJ, you failed me. Okay, so he got 18 on the die face. He fails by 1 point.
And
his whole
good
tower
thing
comes
I
down.
checked that my dex went up by 1, or else that would have been a tie.
So his tower comes crashing down, and he's like, I'm a man of my word. I make my promises, and I keep them. So he extends a hand to you. It's his very formal physical gesture. He extends his hand to you, takes your hand, and then he bends the knee in front of you. Looks like he's proposing to you almost.
Oh, wait. Before you proceed, what is it, Tobias, that you have to say to me? Everyone look.
Oh, you cheeky little shit. Okay, fine. Tobias, it's nothing different from your childhood. Let's just commit to the bit. I, Tobias Raphaelis of House Raphaelis, Grand Hospitalier of the Platinum Hammer, hereby do swear by the breath last shed by Nineveh before she ascended to the astral heavens, that I owe this woman, Ichi Pokton Popakui, a year supply of buns, and I shall make good on this promise. And then he looks you in the eye and he says, and that's a promise. And suddenly he feels holy energies just like shoot between your hands. And he kind of like recoils and falls to the ground. He gets up. Buns for a year. It's yours. Buns for a year. Got it.
I look at Alona. I was like, is that an Afro thing?
No. But now that I'm thinking about it, Tobias, have you met Morel's sister?
Oh no. Tobias goes, well, if her thighs were as thick as his head, I'd be happy to meet her. Suddenly a fist just cracks him in the jaw. He spins around, and there's Beth Harkisian just, you want to say that again? I got 2 legs. You only insulted one of them. And he gets up and goes, oh no, you're right. Your thighs are way more thicker than your brother's head. Crack! Another punch sends Tobias just rolling on the ground in a heap. And he gets back up and he goes, Milady, you hit so hard, methinks I should call you mommy. And she cracks him a 3rd time. He falls onto a table. Everyone is just terrified as Tobias gets up and he goes, hey, this is a party after all.
Ichi reaches over and takes like the last cup of shrimp that he has in front of him and is just like, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry, buddy.
And then he's kind of looks tragically like sarcastic, goes, I have scrimped my last shrimp. How tragic. We're gonna cut to this is perfect timing. We're gonna cut to Shionibus, who wanted to also talk with Tobias. Shionibus, you get there just in time to see this ludicrous display. As Tobias kind of gets pushed out of the Tobias-shaped hole that he created with great force, and you see Beth just kind of cracking her knuckles. She's like, I can go all day, little man. And he's like, that's what I like about you. Crack! And he goes flying and he gets back up. Oh, Shunibus, are you enjoying the party?
Who did you insult this time?
The big one's bigger sister, who's quite big.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because you think, like, Morel, and you think sister, but no, it's very different.
Are you sure I feel like they're like half siblings, maybe.
See, my theory, and he's kind of like, at this point, he's taking you and Awesome Raw very far away from Beth. He's like, my theory is they're not actually brother and sister. I think the big lass took one, out popped him. I think he's just, one movement.
I don't think so. For what he's told me about his life, it doesn't add up.
Really?
Who knows?
I think Morel's just like a giant turd that his sister dropped like years ago.
Why did you want me to come today?
Right. So a long time ago, I made a promise to you. Well, to all of you. I think specifically at this point in time, it might have been to the little fella, but he's not here. Tragic that. I made a promise to you all that I would go back to the Platinum Hammer. And I need to fulfill that promise. Really need to fulfill that promise. Also,
are you going to spit it out anytime soon? I don't have much time.
Why is it bloody embarrassing? You're really the only friends that I have.
You flatter me.
Oh, don't, no.
That's source compliments.
Oh,
I'll get you everywhere.
Man of his tits, don't do this to me. Don't get on your high horse. We all know you look good with your legs up there, but please don't.
I'm not even gonna look at Awesome Bra. I don't even want
to. You can definitely feel his confusion and his anger. He's like, it's like, who is this dumb little white man who is saying these things to my princess? I will body slam him into the stone ground. Like, you're feeling this raw energy.
She's just gonna pat his shoulder, like, he's pretty, it's okay. Okay, so are we going to get to a point of how I'm your only friend? Because we know it's hard for you to make them.
Yeah. Right. So, listen. Because the way my promise works, I am bound to you all. I have to go back to the Platinum Hammer with you all, or else the promise doesn't work. I gave you my word. I promised you that I'd go back. If I go back by myself, it doesn't mean anything.
So you brought us all here to sweet talk us to bring you back to the Platinum Hammer.
All right, a little bit of column 1, but a little bit of column B. I also missed you lot. I'm bound by divine law to you, after all. And
Mhm.
also, I mean, I haven't seen you in months. Hera doesn't return my letters. I'm not talking to Antigone. Fuck that. I don't know. I've just been. I never got a letter. I've just been sending invites because that's all I know how to do.
I mean, I offered you to come back with me. Alona was there with me for this last several months, wreaking havoc.
Wait. Bookworm wreaking havoc. What did she do? Did she dog-ear the pages?
Those are sacred pages.
And that's why it was chaos. Surely.
Exactly. No, she's actually been snooping per usual, which I think she actually got from me.
Well, I
Looking
mean,
back
she had
at
to learn
it.
it from someplace, and it certainly wasn't me.
No, she got other things from you. Don't you worry.
What did she get from me? No, please tell me. Is she being lascivious in public? For shame. Ankles, even. Really, please tell me.
Shoulders, even. Could you imagine?
Shoulders. The scandal.
How? Ask her about the book she found.
She found a book. A
She
scandalous
found a
book.
Of course.
Please. Details, girl. Details. What book?
No, she'll tell you everything about it. Don't you worry. You can explain it to her because she doesn't know what it means. So,
Oh, that's too
yeah, why didn't you ever take up my offer, by the way? Also, what is up with all this? And she's
Look
sort of like
great. What are you
gesture
talking
to
about?
him.
I
No,
look
you don't.
tremendous. I don't?
You don't.
Girl,
No,
my hair is terrific. What are you talking about?
that's about the only thing.
Really? Nothing else is working?
When was the last time you've eaten?
3 to 4 times a day, every day since you've left.
I don't believe that.
It's true. You've been shoving food in my mouth. At least you've seen me eat today.
Did I see the whole thing with Ichi and him coughing after that whole thing?
Casually speaking, you came in with Beth was just kicking his ass for being rude in the streets. So no.
Cool. Can I do an Arcana check on him? Can I get
Go
any
ahead.
sense?
Arcana? Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. Math. Hold on. It's a 25.
25. It doesn't make any sense because arcane speaking, the only thing that would have this effect would be a curse, but he would be feeling every ounce of a curse. He wouldn't be able to be in public. He wouldn't be able to take a beating. He wouldn't be able to eat or drink. And he sure as hell would not have lasted 6 months with with an arcane disease or a curse. He'd be dead by now. And he's not. He's up and around and he's taking a beating in public, but he looks like crap.
You know, friends tell each other what's going on. I'm just saying.
Diplomacy check.
Where's my diplomacy? I'm good at these. Nat 20, which makes it a 32.
Okay. Critical 20. 32. Tobias looks and he goes, well, I don't know. But if I look like shit like you say I do. It's the penance. So Knights of Nineveh are duty bound to follow a promise, to follow through on a promise. If we don't follow through on that promise, there are repercussions, divine repercussions. I mean, I feel fine, but I suppose if I look bad, then it could be Nineveh kind of weighing in, you know?
So we have to get you back like now.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Look, I would not give a week-long party if I could not party for a week long. And I've already been basically here for 6 months. What's another week? I don't care.
You're talking to someone who plays with gods on a constant basis, all the time. I don't think that's the best idea for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get to day 3, check in, see how we're doing.
Fine. And if you say you feel fine, but you look like shit, I get to call you Leno and she'll drag your ass back yourself.
All right. You get to drag me by my ear. Simple as that.
Deal?
Deal.
She'll shake his hand. She'll be like, oh, and she'll shake his hand.
And you can see the giant sarcastic grin at him kind of laughing on the inside, your discomfort with his wet handshake. And he goes, all right, day 3, we do a check-in, see how you're feeling. All right.
Don't get punched in the face. You really need to work on your dodges. They're a little rusty. I know it's been 6 months, but come on.
Yeah, I need to twist my back foot a bit more. But that woman is so large and so fast. It's like a bull charging at you.
Oh, maybe you're just getting a little weak, little out of practice,
If that's a challenge, I'll take you and
Crack.
your man to the Coliseum right now. Did you punch
Nope. Yep.
him? Roll the hit.
Ah!
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Yay!
I don't even know where I look anymore for just my fist.
That'd just be an unarmed strike. I believe you're trained, if not an expert in that naturally at this point. So it would be your
Sick.
level plus 2 to 4 and then strength. No, wait. Dexterity.
Perfect. Oh no. Oh no. That's a 30 to hit.
That's a dirty crit.
Oh,
Roll
no.
1d4, add your
Wow.
strength modifier, roll that, and then double it.
Okay. This boy's like, I don't have much strength. That's 5 damage.
5 damage. All right. Is that after the double?
Yeah.
Okay. So you crack him in the jaw for 5 damage. He kind of stumbles back a bit, favoring the part of his face that you punched him in. And you're like, now that just hurt my feelings. My friend punched me in the face. I think I'm going to be offended.
She's just gonna roll her eyes. Stay out of trouble, please.
Yes, and you too. And honestly, he looks awesome, Ra. Mate, it's great to meet you. I heard a little bit about you, sort of. Through the grapevine, not much. But it's good to see you healthy and whole. Later, mate. And he turns and just kind of walks away.
I am so sorry for him.
He's sorry enough for himself. It's okay.
I'll walk back over to Ichi. And has Alona walked back in yet?
Let's see. Oh yeah, because Alona was on the Ferris wheel with Morel. Do you want to keep talking to Morel on the Ferris wheel, or do you want to exit and join the group again?
We can join the group again. Also, quick question. Because Woodward is not with us, and technically Tobias made the promise to Woodward specifically, does
Mhm.
this mean we have to get a permission slip from Nadir to take
mean-
Tobias back to the Platinum Hammer?
It wouldn't hurt.
Cool. So Nineveh's not pissed. Would hate to cause conflict between two gods. It'd be kind of not great for us.
Yeah.
Kind of bad. I'll ask. I'll work on that. We'll get that later. When Shionibus tells me that it's because of the curse. Right.
Right.
The penance. Rufa. Okay, so you said you want to look and find someone that you can talk to about a very specific thing, and you said arcana, occult, whatever. Choose one of those skills that you were kind of thinking about, and we'll go from there. What's one skill that you're looking at to research this topic?
I was wondering if I could do right now to a recall knowledge check or something to figure out which would be the best viable route.
That's a tough call. In the 6 months that you've spent, there hasn't been a single like solo person that has come out with this kind of information. So why don't you give me the one you want? Occult, Arcana, whatever, and we'll go from there.
Let's go with Actually, let me look at my sheet. Which one's high? Okay, they're pretty much all the same. Let's see. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with, I'm gonna go with religion, actually.
All right, give me a religion check. I've already rolled the assistance.
Plus that, plus that. 28.
20. Damn. All right. So you happen to know that there are many members of the Platinum Hammer here, and the Platinum Hammer, you would know from just being in the world, is one of the premier religious institutions of neutrality and a very powerful organization to boot. You find two of one of the grand hammers of the organization, the Grand Morale and the Grand Marshal. The Grand Morale is a halfling woman by the name of Lucy Goodbook, and she is there with her giant, slobbering mastiff mount, who is just the sweetest dog, head bigger than a watermelon, no thoughts, only vibes. And they're just going around. She's got a giant banner stuck to this beautiful gilded saddle she has on this dog that has this flag on it. And you also know there's the Grand Marshal, which is Borodin Bronzeye. You've seen him, just this stocky brick house of a dwarf, black skin, but he's got one eye that's this kind of bronzed eye with all these dwarf runes in it, shaved head, long salt and pepper white beard, giant battle axe that is just caked in blood of you don't know what, and he's just walking around wearing furs and armor and wearing trinkets from world over nations and just kind of laughing and telling stories. And he's like, oh, there it was this one time, there was this large dragon and I took its head off clean in one shot. As I did, piss off. Like, so you get to choose between Borodin or Goodbook. Who are you gonna talk to?
Okay, I know this is not how this ability is used,
Mm-hmm.
but I was wondering if it would be possible for me to devise a stratagem to measure them up. Like, which one from all the information that Rufa knows would best provide the information he needs.
I'll tell you what, you can use a perception check to kind of glean that information.
Do that. That is a 29.
29. Okay. So you're kind of getting the vibe just from overhearing the stories that Borodin Bronzeye would have so much experience about the world. Lucy Goodbook is absolutely just the biggest personality in every room she's in. She's jumping on tables and she's just shouting like tavern songs and shouting stories. And every time she leaves, the room is better for it. But Borodin's just like, hey, there I was fighting a demon with bare hands. My axe was off in some sort of piss off table. Long story. And so you feel like he would be a wealth of knowledge, personal experience.
What? Rufa's gonna go over to Bronzeye then.
Mm-hmm. So this dwarf, with just this dark skin and like a couple of scars and this big bronze eye with holy dwarven runes, kind of like takes a big swig, looks at you. Can I help you, big lad?
What was his title again?
The Grand Marshal.
Okay. Yes, Grand Marshal Bronzeye. Through Rufa's inquiries, and was the words that he was told, you would perhaps best be the one who Rufa would inquire to with some bit of knowledge, a bit of information. Does the name, the Green king mean anything to you?
Never fought one, never killed one, can't say yes.
Mm.
Man, hold on. Lucy, come here for a sprig. This guy's got questions about a green king. And suddenly there's this dog just slobbery dog comes on up and it just slobbers all over your shoes. And there is this red-haired girl with freckles, bright green eyes, wearing armor, and she looks up and she goes, "Did you call for me? Lucy, good book of the good book family. I hear you want something. Be loud. I'm down here, love. I can't hear you very well."
Yes, sir. Perhaps Rufus has been on been hunting down some information, something that could be hopefully not as bad as what we've recently gone through, but a name Rufa has uncovered a name. If you are aware of it, does the name the Green King mean anything to you?
She looks at you. "I'm very sorry. I can't hear you down here. Let me get a little closer to you." And she jumps on your chest like a some chimpanzee. She's her feet are on your chest. She's grabbing by the collar and she's like, "Say it louder, laddie. I can't hear you from down here. What do you want?
Does the name the Green King
Say it with your whole chest, mate. I can't hear you. What are you looking for?"
I really don't want to blow out my mic.
She rolled a critical 20 for her personality, so she just jumps on you and you're shouting, "The Green King!" And as she laughs, she swings one leg around and she's now sitting on your shoulders, hands on your head, and she's like, "The Green King! Why didn't you say so? Now I can hear you. I'm right where your mouth is. I can hear you loud as a bell. Listen, I'm very small, which means I have to be a lot bigger in this world. So if you're going to be bigger than me, you better match me at my level. Don't worry, it makes sense when you think about it later. So, the Green King, here's the thing. I did know nothing about it. I don't know. I know about kings. I know about. Let's see. There was the Yellow King. We don't talk about him. There was or the King in Yellow, I should say. We don't talk about him. There was there's the Blood King, long gone. He was killed years ago. There was oh God, so many. Everyone calls themselves a bloody king, but what was attached to the Green King?
Wait, what was that, PJ?
What was attached to the Green King? What makes you want to know about that?
Oh, okay. Well, Gorgos.
I mean the way Jabby cunt that fucked off half the planet. Yeah, I didn't like him near it either. He was such a dick. I don't care who knows it. I said it. He's a prick. He's an absolute. Anyway, the point is, I don't know nothing about him. Oh, no. I do know. Okay, so the story goes, Korkos was out in the world, I don't know, probably burning children houses down because he's an absolute fucking dick. And so anyway, after he did that, some asshole, some absolute unit of a jagoff comes and offers him, "Hey, fight me a war." And he's like, "I'm gonna do it because I got nothing better to do." You know, like a right prick would, right? And so he does it, and the Green King told him to. There's some speculation that it's Gorm. No, Gorm. Let me tell you, I've been one of 3 people that have read the Gospel of Gorm. Gorm doesn't give 2 left nuts about you or your shoes. He wouldn't do that. So it's somebody. It's someone old and ancient. I'd say probably a couple thousand years old.
Well, do you have any recommendations on where or who Rufa could go to inquire such information about this Green King? Rufa has a feeling that this might be a very important bit of information that we might have to deal with very, very soon.
"Ah, you sideways wind-blowing bastard, you're in the wrong continent for that. This place is far too new. Alphon, this bloody place is popping off, maybe a couple 100 years old. If you want that kind of information, you're going to have to go someplace just absolutely piss off, decrepit. I mean, the Platinum Hammer, we got a lot of secrets there. You could go to Platinum Hammer. You could go to Shin. They have a lot of secrets for hundreds, thousands of years. You could go to Tuzuku or possibly Nubia. I've been to Makana once. It was nice. The Crossroads, wouldn't recommend it though. Acadia, yeah, you could go to Acadia. They have a lot of secrets there. Go anywhere there. They'll have lots of information.
PJ, I was wondering if I could roll some kind of recall knowledge check to of all the places that she's named, which has is the most ancient in history.
Oh, okay. Sure. Go ahead. Make a recall knowledge.
On what?
Let me see what the right skill for that would be. Give me society.
Almost a crit. And I get the +1 on the, I guess, Green King, Green War now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
32.
32. You know that in recorded history, the timeline of this world did not begin until King Akkad settled Acadia and freed it from the warlords that attacked him when he was a priest. That's the beginning of time as we all know it. That was one of the things that were first written down. It's really hard to say which nation is older, because right around that time period, the cultural idea of writing down history wasn't started until King Akkad did it. Now, that does not mean it wasn't happening in Shin, but the first records of Shin were about a few years after King Akkad conquered the warlords and started Acadia. It's very close. Honestly, Acadia, Shin, anywhere in the Triumvirate, all very solid places. New Jack City and Alphon, probably not the places to go for ancient history.
Well, when you say oldest, that's recorded written history. What about oral history?
Ooh, a lot of the oral history was adopted retroactively into the written as ancient history, but mostly kind of sped through as mythology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's a very few experts that you would know of, since you got a critical, that would know that some of this mythology really translates into this, historically speaking. And again, you have to go to the experts in Acadia, Shin, the Triumvirate, and maybe the Platinum Hammer, since the Platinum Hammer takes people from all over the world.
I have a theory now.
Okay.
Would the elves know this? The longer, like the really, really longer living elves.
Possibly. Elves do take a lot of very good notes for thousands of years. Very possibly, you think some elves might also have some information.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Lucy Goodbook, after shouting this, she whispers, "To get your information, or do you need me to get off your shoulders now?"
First, you have brought up some very interesting leads, and Ufa, thanks you very much for that. And Ufa, having you on Ufa's shoulder is not too bad, but he would be appreciative for a little weight off. He just spent a bit of time in Al
Safar. I know that place.
Yeah,
Of course.
yes.
I know it very
Yes,
well. I've
yes.
never been in prison there. Oh, wait a minute! You're a tall, strapping man. You're bigger than my dog Rufus, that's for sure. Would you like to be my new chevalier? Would it be my new mount? Oh, we could fight so many dragons together.
That is a very, very flattering and very tempting offer. But sadly, Rufa must decline, for he is currently on this investigation. But perhaps another time.
Right. She starts crawling down as she gets on Rufus. She's like, "I'm just giving you the go around. I'm just slapping your bollocks. I'm just giving you. No, I'm never getting the Rufus. He's my man. He's my mate. Isn't that right, buddy? Who's my good boy? Who's my great dog?" And you see this dog like getting a scratch its back leg. It's just like popping up and down. All right. Well, if you need anything, just shout Lucy Goodbook. I'll come running quick as I like, and I'll talk to you then.
Yes. Thank you. if you ever do come across any information on this Green King fellow, please send a message to Rufa. Best way is perhaps through I keep I keep forgetting his full name. The Loaf Man in Atapon Prime.
Loafin
Loaf and
Sempress.
Sempress in Atapon Prime.
I'm a wee busy. I'm not going to send him a letter, but I'll tell you what, if you ever come to the Platinum Hammer's Isle, look me up. I'll make sure I'll tell you everything I know.
Actually, does the Platinum Hammer, their library, do they carry any information, Elven lore? Information like that?
We do have a few of the last surviving books about the Feldvenane and all the Elvish and Fey gods, as well as some of the Fey history and the Elvish history. Yeah, if you want to come by and take a look, just,
Yes.
get permission and we'll let you go look at all the books.
Rufa thanks you and is very appreciative. And yes, perhaps he shall take you up on that offer one day.
Of course.
But for now, Rufa must, he is on the case. He's on the case.
Well, I don't know whose case you are, lad, but make sure you don't break it. You're very tall. All right, have a great one. Bye. And she trots Rufus out, laughing the whole time. And there's Borden just having another beer, like mid-sip. Sorry. She's a good friend of mine. Yeah, it's so great to see her happy again.
Well, while she did not hold the information, she did bring up some, as Rufus said, very interesting theories. And that also, if you do not mind, if you do, you as well, come across any information on this Green King, please contact Rufa for. Luckily, we did not got drawn into such a big war, but something tells Rufa that this is all connected.
Well, I don't know anything about that. We know it is connected. This beer is my next beer. Talk to you later. Have a good one, lad. Keep your hands up. And then he just kind of walks away, just kind of laughing. Who wants to hear a story about a bridge troll I killed? And he just kind of has a great time having a party. So you have a few leads about the Green King, more details thereof, and I will have you all decide what you want to do for day 2 of the party, roles you want to make. Before we do, we did get a level 5 raid or hype train, so I want to present to you the Round Square Theater presents Of Buns and Badges. The first of many stories to be told of the heroes that save the whole world. Quite drunk and full of food and buns and dance and awkward conversations on Ferris wheels and small halflings riding you throughout town, you go to a theater, you sit down, and before you are on stage many actors with very gaudy sewn costumes. One of them is this tall man wearing a very long wig and wearing a very revealing outfit. And then he makes this pose and he goes, I am the Iki Papaton. I am the great peacemaker. Look at my muscles. They are quite large. You see this man who comes out and he's got this like eye mask in this garish magenta costume and a hat, and he's just whipping everywhere. And he goes, and I am the fabulous one, the master of the dance. Coming out, you see a woman who is just head to toe clad in what is very clearly hand-painted gold clothing. And she's like, I am the wonderful warrior of the desert. Look at me. My aim is true and I shall never miss. And this child actor, boy actor, they put this wig on that's way too big. They come out in a robe with their hands up and they go, and I am the holy sister of the gods. I speak for them. I am Olono. And in comes this giant, like, beer belly guy with this crazy mountain beard and this giant thing of like ale. And coming behind him is this like Hulk with like fur pasted to him. And he goes, "My name's Woody. This is Bush. And we're going to save the damn world."
I look at Rufa and Ichi says, "This is what we're paying for? This was a good investment."
Rufa looks over at Ichi, goes, "Did you approve of this?" Rufa did not approve of this, for Rufa was in prison.
So,
Ichi flashes back to sitting on the beach on the resort with sunglasses on, baking in the sun with a martini in one hand, when a waiter comes up to her and is like, "Ma'am, could you please sign this paperwork? There's a request for you to get it back." And she's just like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah." And then she flashes back. She's like, "No, I don't think I did. I don't think I signed off on this, but it's great."
so as you're watching this, they're telling this tale like in the small burg of Dale, Cobble Dale, the heroes once met under a great fire. And you see people like fire streamers, and Ichi's there too. And Ichi's like, in the back of your mind, you're like, I wasn't there on that day, though. And they're like, and great mighty spears were thrown at them from gigantic monstrous beings. And like 5 people are coming with like these really janky spears, and they're like thrusting them at you, and everyone's like, "No, no." And that's when the mighty one stood up. And then Morel's like, "Oh wait, is this my part to shine? Alona is the part where we met." And then Ichi steps in and goes, "Grrr, with my mighty muscles, everyone is safe." And Morel's like, "Oh, yeah, no, that tracks. Yeah, no, that tracks." and so as the play progresses, like, you're seeing the Bun Boys come out, and they have this giant bag, and you see a bunch of balls roll out with like little glazed like circles over it, and it just spills onto the stage. And they're like, "The Bun Boys bag be mighty filled of bequeathing pastries. They filled themselves on sweet sugary strength." And you just see these people, these actors, in a mad fury just force feed themselves hand pies. And it's like, who's the stage manager? Jeffrey? "I'm gonna punch you with a dick, Jeffrey." I'm shoving, breaking character because they're eating too many. And then all the things are gone. It's like, and then with their bellies full of sweet, sugary goodness, they went to the quarry, where they met a very loquacious goblin. And you see a dog that's been poorly painted green just running around on stage, just yipping and barking. And someone's like, "No, don't, Sparky, right there's your mark, Sparky." And so they put the dog there, and it's just the dog like, "Bark!" And like, "What's that?" "Yes, you are definitely the evil one that has put bombs all over this quarry, and we shall stop you." And then another dog runs on stage, but like a little kid like picks it up and starts like working the mouth like, "And I will help. Yes, and you will help us." And then suddenly like actual fire gets lit up behind them, and they're like, Jerry, the fire. Anyway, yes, we have destroyed the quarry." And then suddenly you see 3 guys sitting like on each other's shoulders to make this giant mountain. Each one's got wooden swords, and they're wearing like a green tarp. And they're like, "And lo, they did battle with the greatest of them all." And this one comes out, and it's all like an absolute pyramid of disaster. And then this horrible fight scene breaks out as these limbs start flailing, and the heroes are doing terrible fight choreography. But everyone genuinely loves it. They're laughing, they're enthralled. The details are not at all correct. The quality is terrible, but everyone is laughing and loving and applauding. And when they defeat the monster, everyone stands up and they're crying and they're laughing and they're applauding all of you. And they said, "We hope you enjoyed this story. The details, of course, are gory. They're a little bit fuzzy, We did what we could. At the end of the day, more money? Maybe we wish we would, but we did what we had, and we're very glad to share this story with you. Now, please be so kind to tip a gold or two, and have a great evening, everyone. And with that, everyone's like, "Oh my god, I did not know there were dogs in the Cobbledale Quarry. That's amazing. They really went all out, and they're just giving so much gold to the theater, and you're watching in horror at this completely inaccurate farce that started your journey."
DJ, first of all, I'm picturing this as basically like that play in Avatar. And also, can I request at the end there's a musical dance number like in Hawkeye?
Oh, like in Rogers.
I can do this all day.
That'll be in the sequel production. There's going to be many. They've already, and you know this because they come out and they showed you all their notes, their stage bible
At the end,
all
it
the plays
says,
they're going to do.
It says Ichi, Alona, Shionibus, Rufus, and Woodward, mistakenly, will return. Like how they do at the end of the Marvel movie.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
come out with a sign like "The heroes of tomorrow will return in the next play," and the two theater owners that you've been helping them with money are like, honestly, thank you for everything that you gave us. We've just been making money hands over fist. People are coming. They love the show. They're watching it. I mean, technically, this is our first like real performance. But people are just constantly giving money.
Casting's great.
Yeah. It's really been a blessing. It's been a long and hard process. We actually had to cut a couple of dance numbers because the choreography was not there. But maybe in the next one we'll spend more time with the dance
Director's cut.
Yeah, right. Oh, we could do that. We could do a director's cut.
That was the something. Yes, but and then Rufa, like, can I just say Rufa kind of just sees the peaks and sees the amount of gold that's being collected. At least it's popular and making money.
True. Yeah, we're working on the goblins though. We haven't really been able to find any goblin actors. Unfortunately, we've just been kind of making do with what we got, and I know it's very it's not great. But we're gonna fix that. We actually put a call out for goblins.
Honestly, if worst comes to worst, just get some wooden cutouts and paint goblins on them, and have your actors stand behind those and on the knees and hold them up and have them perform.
Yeah, but I feel like the real thing is better. We can't get like a 50-foot tall super weapon, but we can at least try to find real goblins
or puppets, like Muppets, and have them flail their arms and such.
You know what? You know what you need? You need to take this show on the road, because the bigger an audience, the more recruiting you could do to have for your cast, and just go out there in a covered wagon, see the world, show the world us. What do you guys think?
I didn't know you started in Cobbledale with us, Ichi. That was
absolutely
took me by surprise.
Yeah. It's artistic interpretation.
Yeah, sure. I would, if you do take this on the road, I'm sure I can't stop you. I think we should all definitely get like a cut of it, because it's our lives, and I don't remember signing anything that says that you can use it. So
well, we can definitely talk about royalties. I know we already did a small royalty discussion with Mr. Rufa and Miss Ichi about how much you're all to be paid for a part of the front of the house, I believe.
Oh yeah, we'll pay you out. We'll pay all of us out.
Okay, then that's fine.
And honestly, this was also before he kind of motions at this whole play. This was not discussed during the meeting.
Yeah.
Remembers very specifically, this was not discussed during the meeting.
We weren't famous when we bought the theater. I mean, you all weren't famous before we bought the theater.
No, we were where we were struggling. It's like, because I have artistic vision. I know you have an artistic vision, but like sometimes you have to make a show people want to go see. Oh, you can just piss off. I know. Anyway, sorry about that.
Well, you know what? You did real good. You did your best, and it's all about learning. That's what I've learned since coming into the real world. It's all about learning and getting better. And you know what? You did a good thing trying, and you're gonna learn from it, and we're gonna get some writers, other writers in this room, other writers in the room.
Yep.
Because it's always good to hear different opinions. And you know what? I really appreciate the costumes. Those were great.
Thank you. So we use a bit of the extra budget for that too. Yeah. And I was pushing for real goblins the whole time. Couldn't find a damn lot. I understand after the war, they've been living their own life. But I'm gonna keep pushing to get make sure we have real goblins. We had to make do with the dogs. And
Look, it's a start.
Sorry. It's
right.
Right. We're gonna do better. I promise
Everyone
you,
starts
we're gonna do
somewhere.
better. Right.
Rufa has some contacts, and also if you need, perhaps Rufa has someone. He knows a Jeremy who could possibly help.
Wait, hold up. Kind of out of character. I mean, the darkness isn't working for Korkos anymore. Does she want to moonlight as an actor?
I was gonna say also the Jeremy Blob.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they're out of jobs, man. They're not doing anything. They can become actors.
And all the goblins from the ship that we rescued too.
Yeah, and Bubble Boil.
Yeah.
And Kahorba, well, she's a little unhinged.
So basically we tell him, you know what? We have some connections. We're going to get you in touch. We're going to have their people call your people, who I guess are our people. And there are people too. All the people are going to people. And before you know it, name up in lights, baby. This theater, everyone's going to know its name. How's that sound?
Sounds great. We'll start working that right away. You said a bubble boil and darkness, right? Yeah.
They might
if you
want
can
to
give
use
us
different stage names. We're gonna let them see
whatever they feel comfortable with their name on stage, we'll make it happen. If you can give me the information and how to contact them, if they have an agent or a manager, we'll get a hold of them.
Absolutely. That's
that
this
point,
guy right here. I point to
Rufa
Rufa.
stands over right next. Right next to
Really, you're just absolutely taking over the entire industry. All right, fine. I'll tell you what. You get us in touch with these individuals. We'll make sure that they do 3 shows a week, at least a couple of $100 gold in their pocket on the weekends.
Rufa understands diversifying.
That's a lot of money. Man, it would be so great to be a paid actor. Imagine
Right?
that.
What's that like?
Sorry. What?
Mhm.
A couple $100 gold a week. What? This fantasy world's great.
Oh man. So the first night comes and goes. Everyone kind of give me like a general vibe for what you want to do for day 2. Make a roll. Do you want to do some of the combat? Do you want to talk to a specific NPC? Just kind of give me a general idea. We're gonna roll it. Yeah, Sam.
I'm taking Tobias to the spa because he doesn't need to party for a week.
Okay.
Partying can also be spending time in the spa, relaxing and restoring.
Give me a nice diplomacy check for that. Anyone else want to do anything else for the second day?
Just out of character, I would have filled in everyone about the curse.
The penance. Okay.
Would you also have told Alona that Hera has not been answering Tobias's letters, and Tobias feels bad that he didn't receive a letter?
No,
Okay.
because she would probably write a letter because she feels bad to Tobias to make him feel better.
Yes.
Or that would just make him feel worse. I haven't decided yet. We'll go along with it.
Is that a nat
Yes, Sam.
20?
Oh, it's a night. Is that a
No,
nat
it's
20?
a 1. No, it's a 1. Sorry.
Oh,
It's okay. We'll get to that later. So
So you know.
unfortunately, in that one, thank you.
Oh, that's a grip upon a bear. They're spas, man. I'm excited for this journey.
Rufa's going to
Just like their theater.
inquire. Let's go with occult this time about his lead in the Green War. I mean Green King.
The Green King. Okay. right, give me a quick roll. And okay, so Shionibus and Alona, you've definitely been talking only certain items. Anything specifically you want to do for day 2?
I want to go pray.
Okay. To Anubis?
Yes. And Ra.
Okay. And Alona, what about you?
Oh, I just had it. Rats. No, I've had too much coffee. I don't know why I started drinking coffee at 10 o'clock at night. That was a bad choice. Let's see. Ilona wants to. Ilona also wants to pray, but she wants to talk to Nagdir, to get a permission slip for us to take Tobias to the Platinum Hammer, so he no longer has the life force sucked out of him because of his promise. And then also, if Ilona could talk to Afra, that would be super dope as well.
Okay. Give me a religion check really fast.
Sure.
And yes,
okay.
Rufo, what was the occult check?
27.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. And since Shionibus, you are praying, do you want anything specific from Anubis or Ra, or you just want to talk to them really fast?
Anubis is just checking in. Ra, it's trying to figure out why Awesome Ra didn't go to him after.
Okay. Give me a religion
dying.
check for that as well.
Ooh. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
22.
Okay. And Alona.
27.
Yeah. Okay. So on day 2, Tobias and Ichi are gonna go have a spa day. The minute you get to the actual spa, it's like an actual like pig mud kind of place in someone's backyard. There's like some wooden fences for decency, but Tobias looks at it and goes, "No, nope, not happening. Not this, not right now. No, thank you. Goodbye." Ichi, darling, thank you so much for the offer. I'm just gonna not do this. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
What do you have to do?
I have to. I mean, I'm the host of this party. I'm renting.
Are you
a city.
really?
That's a terrible way to put it. But like, I'm hosting this party. I have to make sure everyone, including you, are having a great time.
I'm not having a good time.
Why not?
Because you're not going to come to the spa with me.
Oh, well, I think we can get over that. Adults with feelings and booze. We can get over that.
Yeah, and the way we get over it is you come with me to the spa.
I'll tell you what, I'll put my feet in.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay.
Grabs him by the arm.
You grab him by the arm, and he is trying to break away, but you are very strong. And he's like, God, I see what they call you, the mountain. Bloody hells. All right, let's go. You drag him to the mud, and he goes, okay, I'm just taking off my boots, rolling up my pants, and that is all you're getting.
I push him.
All right, make an athletics check. Also recall knowledge. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much.
Oh, hopefully it doesn't take damage from how hard I pushed it.
Oh no.
This is an 18 plus 12. That's a 30.
You
Doesn't even make it into the
shove
pool.
him like college students at a pool party. You shove him. He goes flying halfway out, if not a little farther, to this whole mud pit, and just submerges and immediately is gone. You see his hand sticking out of the mud, like twitching.
Remember, we're here to relax. Just relax.
You see like a little thumbs up, like break out of the mud, and then like a rude gesture as he's just slowly sinking into the mud.
It's beautiful. That's all I needed.
Eventually, they drag him out of the mud. He is not at all happy. They're like washing him off with the equivalent of a fantasy hose. And he's just like, thank you, Ichi. I feel so relaxed right now. Mate, out of my face, please. Below the neck.
Good.
Thank
You
you.
needed it. I can tell you needed it. You're working too hard. Stop working too hard. Why are you working so hard?
It's my job. I'm the Grand Hospitalier of the Platinum Hammer.
But listen, how are you gonna go throw a week-long party without restorative time?
I mean, for me, this is the restorative time.
The mud pit?
No, the party.
Oh. So you didn't like the mud pit?
I can honestly say, not a fan.
Okay. Well, we'll try again tomorrow. They've got other pits.
Oh no, Nineveh, give me strength. Rufa, looking around trying to find some of the occult information, you do happen to run into someone from Shin. Actually, when you mention the Green King, they kind of stop and look at you and they go, the Green Emperor or the Green King?
Really quick, just quite specifically, Korokos mentioned king, right?
Korko's always referred to him as the Green King.
Okay. Yes, that from Roof, the information Roof has acquired, it is king.
I don't know anything about a Green King. I remember one of our empires was referred to as the Green King, mostly because of their favoring the color and a bond they had with a dragon before the Great Dragon War, some 5,000 years ago. Around the time the war ended, though, of course, their bond with the dragon left, and the emperor changed hands. We had a new emperor. But a Green King, specifically, I don't think I know by that name.
Two questions. First, this Green King that was referred to as a dragon, does this dragon have any other names?
The Green Emperor with their dragon. There's a lot of speculation. The court tried to make them seem as divine as possible. There's some speculation after the court fell to corruption. We don't know if the dragon was bestial or actually divine. If we believe what the original court wrote, then it was a divine dragon, of which we don't know. There's a handful of green ones that we've been able to catalog. But that information would be in Shin. Off the top of my head, I don't know which one that would be.
And also, did this green dragon have any connection with the orcs?
The Green Emperor? No. As far as I remember the history, the Green Emperor and their bonded dragon, there's nothing about orcs anywhere in there.
That is interesting.
Most of the orcs have settled away from our continent, especially after the Grand Divide 5,000 years ago.
Yes, Rufa knows this. All right. Well, Rufa thanks you for this. And he's going to leave the person from Shin information on how you can contact him through Lofen Simpress.
He takes that down. The person you're talking to takes that down, and they say, we'll see what we can do. But I recommend if you have information, you'll probably have an easier time of finding it in Shin than within my knowledge. I'm mostly deal with ancient anomalies and current, shall we say, extraplanar ordeals.
And there is no reference to such a Green King in any of these extraplanar lore, any extra dimensional beings, the creatures from beyond, eldritch horrors?
No. No, not a Green King. Jade gets popped up every now and then, but that's usually with regards to the Divine and the Jade Court. Nothing about a king of green, I should
What
say.
and one more thing.
Mm.
In any of these extra dimensional, the plania, the other shadow beings, does the name Joey ever pop up?
Joey? No, Jeremy
Okay.
does a lot.
Ah,
A lot.
well, Rufus thanks you. And with that, Rufus gonna go off.
All right. Ilona, praying to Nadir. So what you
Huh.
say to Nadir?
Um, Alona finds a nice patch of something green. Actually, she probably travels to outside Agrippa Ponobear, probably where the where Shulg's lands are. Because that's the last time she's seen Nadir. And she just goes and she pops into the forest and she kind of finds a nice place to sit down. And she starts praying. She says, "Hello, Nadir. I'll get to you in a minute. Sorry, Afra. Nadir, hi. I just wanted to check in on how Woodward was doing. I hope that rebuilding the forests is going very well. I did have a matter of importance to talk to you about because our friend Tobias technically made a divine promise to us, but specifically Woodward, that he would go back to the Platinum Hammer after he was done helping us, save the world and win the war. And now that the war's over, well, his body is kind of starting to deteriorate from the inside. And we need to get him back to the Platinum Hammer as soon as possible. But I know that Woodward is helping you. So would you mind just like maybe talking to Nineveh, kind of smoothing over, explaining the situation so she can stop killing him slowly?
Oh, wow. Oh. That's odd. The penance never really manifests like some sort of. That's weird. Let's talk to Nineveh about that. Yeah, no, but what we can do instead is I actually have it here with me already. Nineveh wrote me kind of like I guess a coupon. If he can take this and hold on to this and bring it to the Platinum Hammer, then yeah, it'll count as Woodward being there as well, and hopefully should stave off whatever. Hold on, Nineveh, darling. Yeah, the penance. No. Hmm. Anyway, yeah. Well, here's your coupon. Make sure to give it to Tobias, and may he be blessed.
So I'm getting a Woodward coupon to take to the Platinum Hammer to fulfill this this promise. But what were you saying about
Hmm?
the penance doesn't do
Oh,
what?
I don't know much about Minife's dealings. You know, she's one of the newer ones. We love having her. I don't know her domain very well. And so my recommendation if there's anything you want to know, you probably best talk to her or talk to someone who knows her very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I knew better.
No. You're doing
More.
great. Thank you
Oh, thank you.
so much for the
Thank you.
help. Would you? I mean, if she's right there, could I just poke over? Or is she busy?
Well, I mean, you'd have to start a whole new prayer thing. We're not really sharing the space right now because you're in Shog's area. Shog would be here. You're not really in Miniva's area. So, but yeah, no, we can. I mean, you can talk to her anywhere if you want to.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
For sure.
Oh, and by the way, Woodward says hi. And he says he misses y'all, but he'll be back when he can. So he'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Toodles.
Bye.
And Nadir just kind of vanishes in front of you.
That's so nice. That's so good. Yay. Okay.
Jumping. Oh yeah.
Woodward voucher. That's cool.
Good for one free Woodward. Shionibus.
Okay, but before we start, still Alona's like, oh my god, thank you so much. Shonobus like kicks down a door, like, where are you, bitch?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
that's not what's gonna happen, but that's just what I pictured. That you pray different ways, you know? Continue.
But speaking of that, we're actually going to Shionibus now quickly. So you're gonna pray to Anubis and check in. The
Mhm.
vibe you get from Anubis is he seems very tense. He seems expectant and tense. Like like I don't it's hard to explain. How do I put it? Like when you're having a conversation with someone and you know what the conversation's about, but you're waiting for the talk. And then eventually, when the conversation just kind of stops and it just goes, okay, good. See you soon.
I feel like I'm missing something.
No. No, you'll see.
That's the thing, though. I
Mm.
don't know if I will very soon.
Mm.
Is that what this is about?
Looking through the candle and the sands that I pour over my scale. Before the third moon, you will know.
Can you not just give me a little sneak peek now? I don't.
That won't make it any better.
Should I prepare for war? Should I?
No. I'll see you soon. Blows out the candle. Anubis is gone from you. You reach out to Ra. What do you say to Ra?
I know you don't know me very well, but there's this person that's kind of important to me, and he was supposed to come to you. I feel like we've had this conversation before, but I don't know if it went anywhere. He was supposed to come to you like 200 years ago, and he like kind of got sent to hell instead, like one of the 9 levels of hell instead. And so I just want to kind of see what was that was about.
What was their name again?
Asimra. He's been praying to you for as long as I've known him, and that's a long time.
Hold on. Let me check. 1 second. A10. A10, can you get my notes, please? Yeah, okay, hold on. Thank you, Sundisk. Go away. Thank you. Asimra. No, I'm sorry. I don't have any name in my registry of souls under that name. I'm so sorry.
That's odd, because we all have some kind of form of god in our name, and then Ra is his kind of thing. So I don't. Nothing. Could you thought? Is there like some other file maybe?
I mean, I could check again, but I am the all-present God of the sun. I mean, I don't think
I'm
make
not
that
saying
many
you're
mistakes.
wrong or anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not saying you're no mistakes at all. You're
Sure.
doing great. I am just confused of what happened, and he wants answers, and I want to give him answers, but I can't give him answers if there are no answers to be found.
Look, I don't know if he reaches out to me, I can talk to him, but like I said, there's no Asim Ra in my files. I have not heard any prayers or any voices from anyone named Asim Ra. If they took on my title, I would know them. I don't know who this person is.
You haven't heard any prayers from him?
Not that I can think of. Not. I mean, I know every prayer ever said in my name. This one doesn't ring a bell.
He said he prayed to you before we left.
I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had the wisdom of this, but that's like I can only tell you what I know, and I have not heard a prayer from anyone named Asim Ra.
Last question, I promise, and I'll leave you alone.
Of course.
You didn't make a deal with like anyone named like Ravon or something, right?
I don't even know a Ravon.
Awesome. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it. Your holiness.
Oh, thank you. And thank you so much for the respect. People always call and just they want something, but they never just say how I'm doing. Thank you. And of course, child of us and of the first name, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah.
So the second day goes by with some awkwardness. The third day comes, you're all having a great time. This time the drinking is kind of slowing down a bit and the food is popping up for a bit. And at this point in time, everyone's just kind of like having their own little world, their own little life. And at one point, Asim Ra kind of looks to you, Shonbus, and takes you by the hand and he says, maybe it's the wine, but I would really like to have your permission to kiss you right now.
Can we actually talk for a second?
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Let's talk. Yeah.
So I had a lovely conversation with Ra the other day. And you told me you were praying to him. Is that, I don't want to think that you're lying to me or something.
No, he's the god whose namesake I've bound myself to. I pray to him every day.
She's gonna take his hands. He hasn't gotten a prayer from you, nor has he ever heard of you.
I mean, you've reached out to him and he spoke as thus.
Yes.
I mean, you've seen me in the temple on bended knee in the morning sun with my spear and shield. I prayed to the Father of the Sun. I've done this for thousands of years.
Have you heard anyone else answer a prayer of yours?
I don't know. I don't remember. And I feel like there's this needle in my head whenever time I try to think about it, because like I swear I have memories, but when I look for them, they're not there.
PJ, would I know who to get in contact with to do some kind of ritual to help with memories or anything?
Ooh, there are gods of every walk that could help. You can talk to Thoth or Thoth, depending on how you want to pronounce it. In the Nubian pantheon, you know that there is countless Orisha. You know that there is definitely gods in the Astrogenicon. Tons of people like that you could talk to.
Cool. Maybe you should reach out to someone else. That not having memories isn't normal. Even I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong.
I don't know. It's like when someone asks you if you did a task and you could have sworn that you did that task, but then you go back to your bedroom or whatever and you didn't, and your bed's not made or the trash isn't put out. It's like, I did it. I know I did it. And now I feel like I didn't. And I don't know. I'm having a headache from this. Oh, that's a really strong headache. Ow. Oh God. Oh, the headache is getting worse. Oh God. He just grabs his eyeball and is like, ah, he has his whole body kind of goes stiff. And she's like, oh God. Oh, so sorry.
I'm going to scream for Alona. Not scream. I'm going to yell for Alona.
You're muted, Alona.
I am there. Right there. Right there.
You run. You get to Asim Ra, who's just constantly like calming himself down, then suddenly spikes his whole body as he screams in pain, just grabbing both of his eyes. And it's like, ow, I don't know what it is. It's like something is stabbing me in my eyes. I have a really bad headache and this horrible eye pain. And then suddenly he just shoots up and with that, he just drops to the ground and he just starts shivering violently. And all of a sudden, as he's shivering violently, he's just tearing at his clothes in a sweat. And as he's ripping them off and sweating, you see him just start like clawing at his face until suddenly you see his skin burst and horns start to grow from his skull as he's screaming in unfathomable pain, feeling as these horns like lances break from his skull and shatter his skin and grow like a newborn bloody on the floor. He's screaming in pain as his fingernails break from the skin and grow like silver blades, shining like metal. His eyes start rolling and convulsing as his teeth start to shred his gums and becoming daggers. And he's sitting there just convulsing, his throat throat, gulping, fighting for words. He keeps saying, Asimra, Asimra, Asimravan, Asimra, Asimra, Asimravan, Asimra, Asimra, Asimravan. I am Asimravan, Asimravan. And he starts convulsing. And finally it stops. His body collapses. Exhausted, smoke coming off of his form. The horns slowly start to pull back into his skin like a sword being forced into a scabbard. And as it's done, his body's shaking, exhausted, his clothes still torn, his skin bleeding. He gets up slowly. My name is Asim Ra of Nubia. I have loved one woman for 2,000 years. I am Asim Ravan. I am the avatar of the breaker of wills, the destroyer of freedom. I am Asim Ra. I love one woman for 1,000 years. I am Asim Ravan. I am the chain that breaks. I am Asim. Where am I? I am Asim. Where am I? And he just falls to his ass, hands, clutches knees, slowly shivering, eyes focused. And that is where we're going to end Season 2, Episode 1 of Edge of Legend.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What?
David was a little stressed. I did a little
Back to the spa.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in for episode 1 of
Oh.
season 2. I hope you liked it. It's great to have you back. I'm looking forward to the adventures that we're about to tell. Without further ado, let us say our goodbyes and welcome backs to all of the legends in the chat. But we're going to say goodbye, starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Mr. Michael Powell, tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
First of all, wow. Just wow. Woo! Anyway, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And also, let's see, right now, I believe every Thursday, I'm on Toyzilla Network at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Toyzilla Live, where we talk about toys and collectibles. And then every other Friday on the Johananon Twitch channel, where we play Modern Age, the TTRPG, which is basically Mighty Max the RPG, mixed a little bit of sliders and I guess a little Stargate SG-1 now.
Heck yeah. All right, next up, Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Killa. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. It's just my name. That is TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. And I am actually, I have a new thing, guys. This Saturday, at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm starting a new stream. Yeah, it's going to be on the channel Exquisite Corpse Presents. It takes place in like a post-nuclear punk, like alternate universe, Southern Kansas. It is wild, y'all. And I play very gay leader of the resistance, basically, who's like a bard rogue, and I'm very excited. I'm really super stoked to get started on that. So if you want to see me play over there, check it out this Saturday. Yeah. Yay. Woo.
Woo. Next up, Sam. Please, Sam, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, hello. I'm Sam Sterling, and you can find me all over the internet at Hey Sam Sterling. Mostly, I think Twitter, TikTok, mostly what I'm doing these days. But before I go, I just wanted to say thank you everybody who's tuning in for season 2, who has been with us before, and new people. It's just so wonderful to see you back here. And I was just thinking about how the silly little play about season 1, like it's so good because like so many of you were here to watch all of those events happen, and then we can all laugh about the actors doing them badly in the comedy play. So that was really great. You're all great. Wonderful. Love y'all. Okay.
Well, I feel like last but certainly not least, should go to Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kai, or I did it again. I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. PJ's got me stressed. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, when I'm not here on Fridays, at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, I'm over at Chromatic Dice here on Twitch, as I play a homebrew game called The Reckoning of Arcanon. So that's a lot of fun. A lot of dramas coming up. Our warlord, which is a homebrew class, just busted out and said for the Empire basically while we were doing a stealth mission, so that's always fun. So watch as that unfolds, and a lot of drama and trauma. That's all I can say about that. On Sundays, I also play here on Twitch at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time over at the Asgard D&D Adventures on the Wayward Path. I totally forgot. It's been so long. Anyway, I play the sassy gunslinger who just got her boyfriend back, so that's awkward. And now next week could possibly be my last week. So, come check it out.
Yeah, please do. Okay, everyone, I guess it just leaves me. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, come friend me. Let's have fun. It's great to see new faces and old, not only in the chat, but of course, my friends as always here, the heroes of tomorrow. Yeah, when I'm not here on Wednesdays, we have absolute legends getting back to it. A few fun announcements. I believe Thursday, sporadically, Blue Collar DM, we're doing a 5D, 5 D&D 5e game. The end of January, we're still trying to get the exact date because some scheduled stuff came up, but between the 28th and the 30th of January, Merry Wives of Woodward is happening. Ian and I are going to be co-GMing this game, and this will be, for lack of a better word, kind of an origin story for Woodward before Edge of Legends Season 1 ever happened. And last but not least, sometime at the very end of January, in fact, I believe January 31st, Monday, Natchway Productions is having another actual play show, working with another awesome group of people called Goblets and Gays. We are doing Wayward Arcadium. This is a Pathfinder 2nd edition game set in the world of Galarion, and it's about a bunch of young adventurers going to college and all the crazy adventures that happen as a dark conspiracy begins to unfold at their college. So, hey, why not? Join us Mondays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., as well as Wednesdays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. to get your weekly fix of some crazy-ass stories. So, until then, love seeing you back, and I cannot wait to have 300 more opportunities to tell these amazing stories with these amazing people and see what stories they tell back. Love you all. Love you. Bye. We're gonna be rating. I got
Rating, right? Yeah.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it well.
I like the
Okay.
Nailing it.
Type.
Tippity type. All right, and
Read it.
almost done loading. Oh, we're doing numbers. Okay,
They're
reading in
making
3,
maps.
2. They're making maps. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into 1. Making maps. Warcry is gonna be Ra.
Vaughn?
Ravon?
No.
Both.
All right.
Both. Spice it up.
Both is
You
good.
do you. Freedom is
Both is
freedom is
good.
beautiful. And go.